Okay, Leofric and KOGROM. You awaken to a splash of water, both of you, um, around the same time, and you can see that you are naked. You are chained to a wall by your left hand and your right ankle. And someone has come into your cell, this big ugly Ironborn, and splashed a bucket of salt water onto you. You are there's a cell between you, so you're in a cell, in a blank cell, and then another one of you. Um, and yeah, in front of you also, this guard will walk out and close the the door behind him, and you'll see that just within your reach, barely, is a cup of water and a little piece of moldy bread.
Thank you. I was quite parched after all the killing. He picks up and drinks the water and then throws the cup.
It's salt water.
He spits it out.
He laughs, the guard. Can't handle your water.
Yeah. Why you come in here and say that again?
He stands there, just pacing, watching you guys. And then eventually you hear a clunk, clunk, a bunch of gates and locks opening, and down into the dungeons walks ORAN SALTCLIFFE. Next to him, a man dressed in a long greenish robe with a long beard and long hair, both kind of intermingled with seaweed. And 4 of these driftwood huskarls that you had encountered before. He says, my guests, good to see you conscious. I hope my jailer here has been treating you well.
Just peachy, says, eating his moldy bread.
Excellent. Well, that's good. Now, if you behave yourself, and your lord behaves himself, there's no reason that you can't live. There's no malice on my part. However, I do need to prove that you are here. And then he does a motion with his hand, and Leofric, they open your cell, and 2 of these huskarls come in, and one of them grabs you by the throat and pushes you against the wall, while the other grabs your left hand and pushes it up against the wall. And ORAN comes in, and he pulls a small knife from his belt. He says, well, we need to prove that you're here. And he goes over and he grabs the pinky on your left hand and brings the knife to it. Would you like to do anything, or are you just going to let it happen?
Leofric's face is just ruined from one of the Huskarl's axes that had shown through his helmet. He tries to grimace, but his face is just, he can feel the infection already starting to set in, the burning of the seawater that was thrown against him. But he forces himself to stand upright, and he says, "How will sending?" And he kind of winces as his cloven face just aches with the pain of trying to talk. "How will sending a finger prove that I am here? You mean but send my helmet is well known." And but he just steels himself for what he's certain is about to be his fate.
Yeah, they hold you there, and ORAN just ignores what you're saying and just cuts into the flesh of your finger, and then gets stuck at the bone, and begins to just pull as well as saw, and it's pretty agonizing. I need you to make a con save.
Yeah.
Just
see, some reason my dice stream's not loaded. $21.
Okay, yeah, you managed to stay conscious through the pain of having your finger removed, and so the blood is like spraying out, and he just like takes the finger and he puts it into a little leather pouch that he has, just pops it in there and pulls shut the seal. So
the minute they turn and start to leave this cell, that's when my knees give out. Leofric just kind of if it weren't for the manacle that's holding his hand, he would totally have collapsed to the ground or to the floor. But so he kind of just sags. I mean, his body is just beaten.
You would see KOGROM. You would see the man with the long hair with the seaweed in it. He's barefoot and he steps into the cell with Leofric, and he has this bowl of water, and he gets a load of blood from the wound of Leofric's hand, and he takes a knife, the same knife that Oran had used, and he cuts a deep cut into his own hand and like squeezes a bunch of blood into the bowl. And he puts his hand into the bowl, and then he puts his hand on Leofric, and he begins muttering something. You can hear mention to the drowned god, to the halls below, and to your absolute amazement, you can see the wound on his finger close, Leofric's finger.
Awesome. Hey, Lloyd, if you're cool with it, so maybe just for some, so maybe I have a ring on that pinky finger. So rather than just taking the ring and sending it, they actually cut that pinky off and send the whole thing with my ring on it. Nice.
Yeah, maybe it's a symbol of being a godsworn.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah, it's like a weirwood tree.
Perfect. Yeah, it's made of weirwood, maybe.
Yeah, perfect.
Yeah, so yeah, you would see this driftwood priest do some sort of weird Kabbalic magic, and it seals the wound on Leofric's finger, as well as you can see like some of the you actually see a bunch of pus run out of the wound on his face, but it seems to somewhat close afterwards. And then with like just certainty and inevitability, they close and lock his cell, and they move over to yours. And the two Huskarls come over to grab you.
All right. I'm gonna back up so that I have some slack in my arm chain, and when they get close to me, I'm gonna try to choke one out.
Okay. Go ahead and make an athletics.
Oh nope! They just punched in the face.
Oh shit!
Too weak.
Yeah, so you maybe KOGROM, you think you have this reservoir of strength like you always do, but you're just exhausted. You haven't really been fed. You don't know how long it's been, and like you go to lunge, and he just like steps back and slaps your arm to the side, and then grabs it and pushes it up against the wall, while the other one holds you. You're in place with like a forearm to your throat, and Oran again will come into your cell, take out that knife.
Yeah, so they like have his arm around his throat, and he's just like choking out the words. Why don't you just send the damn bodies? They'll know who sent them. And he just like a rabid animal while they're taking his finger off.
He very, very calmly says, "You are worth money, Sir Knight," and then just like crunch. Yeah, and then again, once that's done, the priest will come in and he'll do the same ritual that he had done on the other side, squeezing a bunch of blood out of his hand and yours into the saltwater bowl, and speaking words to the drowned god, seal the wound. And once the fingers have been taken, Oran says, "Well, I wish you a speedy recovery," and then he leaves.
Fucking brutal. Jesus.
So do they actually leave the jailer too? Leaves the
yeah, the jailer goes for a piss, but he won't be long. You probably have maybe a minute.
Okay. KOGROM,
You alright, LEOFRIC?
I live, though barely. That priest. I've never heard of magic like that. And he kind of and LEOFRIC kind of looks at his hand, and he still like feels that pinky that was removed. It still feels like it should be there, and he just looks at the healed stub of it, and he says, and he kind of just flexes his other fingers that are now. It was my left arm that was manacled, right?
It was your
Left
right arm and your left leg.
Okay. So he's just kind of holding it in his face, and it's just more, kind of like in bewilderment. He says, "Have you ever heard of that? Is it the gods at work or some other dark power?" And he kind of winces because even though he's been healed by this priest, I mean, the skin is still very sensitive and still like he almost feels it crack a bit as he kind of stretches that face. And as he's talking too, he also there's this uncontrollable drool just kind of running down his chin from where his face was ruined. Have you?
The old ones in the Weirwood, they use blood. It's likely the same source. Or at least that's what I assume.
And upon hearing that from KOGROM, it kind of, for LEOFRIC, it kind of, for him, it oh shit, what I want to say? It just lets him know something that he's probably knew as this priest was doing that, that the gods truly work in strange ways. He did not see these men as good men, but yet to have one that could channel the power, kind of shake. I mean, he's shaken anyways, but it shakes his base of faith.
Power of the blood, brother. That's all that can explain it.
You know, the door creaks open. Shut up! And he comes in and he says, this jailer, he's like fat and balding. And he looks around. You done gossiping? Anything else?
I'd like a hug.
pulls open the cell and comes in and just begins punching the shit out of you.
Nice. I'm just gonna weakly try to kick at him with my free leg, but he easily swats it aside and just gives me a backhand that just sends my head ringing.
Just like big shots to the ribs.
Yeah, and I pray for the darkness that does finally overtake me.
At Pale Watch, there's a feast because Yorman has come. There's some merriment to be had. You know, nice food, some music, some minstrels, a little bit of entertainment, and the castle is in good spirits.
Excellent. So I imagine, how long has it been since the battle at fuck if I can remember the name's place, but how long's it been?
Whiteclaw?
Yes.
Probably been 2 or so weeks.
Okay, so 2 or so weeks. And how long has the Mormont heir been here?
Just a day, I think. A day.
All right. So so yeah, the Lord at this point, he knows he's waited as long as he can. He cannot be absent any longer. So he calls his nephew to his room. And as you arrived, it's a rather sparse chamber, though what furnishings are in it are, you know, quite well made. And he'd be like sitting up with his legs over the side of his bed, kind of leaning forward, he's wearing like a loose tunic, some fine breeches and boots and whatnot. But and beneath his tunic, there's fresh linens wrapped across his chest and neck. And as you come in, he'll say, "Nephew,
my lord,
tell me of what has transpired since I fell." And then, yeah, the whole spiel probably, but whatever bits you want to like specifically say, go for it.
just that we've quelled the tensions between the rival merchant houses, led to the destruction of one, and appointed the other two to work together upon the ruined towns on our coast, to fuse their focus to our will rather than against each other, as it was before. Hopefully to our profit, Lord.
And do you say anything of sending the men to Saltcliffe or the Salt? What is the place called? I'm sorry, I'm bad with the
Sea Dragon Point.
Salt.
Okay.
The castle is called Salt Tree, but yeah, Sea Dragon Point is like the area it's in, the very top.
Yeah. Do you bring that up at all?
I would inform you that I've sent the Weir Knights, the Knights of the Grove there with the saplings, a levy force filled with fervour and armed with clubs, Lord, surely enough to begin reconstruction of that ancient fort. We have matters here pressing to attend to, the least being the pending wedding. On your behalf, I've accepted the proposal set forth by Lady Mormont. It seems the Lord Mormont is a good match, though now you are convalesced. Ultimately, it is your decision. He waits below at your leisure, Lord.
Excellent. I believe I'm ready to tend to that matter. And as he says that, he'll reach over and grab this like knobby staff that's leaning against the wall right beside his bed and use it to help him up. His knees look a little weak. I mean, he's been in bed a couple weeks and he's still got a bit of a sickly pallor to him. And he'll say, "Lostler, at the Battle of Whiteclaw, you broke ranks. Many men died as a result."
Yes,
This
many Ironborn.
This is, I expect you to listen in the heat of battle, to be able to stow your passions and hear. Our men are worth 10, 20 of theirs apiece, and we lost many in that charge.
I risked only
Foolishness.
myself, Lord. I pulled no men with me. If I've offended you in battle, I beg your forgiveness. Though I drove the Ironborn back to his ship, his numbers were not able to join the fray against you. I believe victory was hinged upon that moment, Lord. You do not dismiss me from your service.
This is no. It is not the time to be dismissing those who serve well. In most cases, hand me my furs, nephew. And he'll point over to this this great white fur cloak that's been kind of like drooped over his armoire, and it's the gift that Lord Riswell gave to me in recompense for your father's slight. He'll ask you to bring that over to him as he prepares to go meet the Mormonts.
I walk over and run his fingers through the furs and think of the brief moments of time he'd spent in the rills. He'll bring the cloak over, and as he's draping around your shoulders, he'll say, "Indeed, Lord, you'll have need of it. There is a chill below, though you'll have no need of this." And I'll point to the grandfather's staff. Best not to look weak in front of our friends.
He says, I agree, and he'll use the staff to move towards his door. But as he reaches it, he'll stand straightly, bend one knee and then the next, and then lean the staff against the door and take a deep breath, pumping his chest up and building up his stature. He will join the festivities, take his seat in the hall.
Yeah, eager to see what unfolds, Losser will follow at an appropriate distance and take a seat somewhere that he can hear within the hall.
Excellent. Can you give me a strength save, Lord Weir, to see if you can keep up the charade?
That's good. Okay. All right. It might need some help.
So as you're walking into the Great Hall, you make it to within about 5 feet of your seat. It's at that stage that you stumble, almost just very slightly, but it's noticeable, a stumble as you approach the seat. And a couple of people kind of look up, and there's a few. But that's all that's said of it. Mormont will stand with his arms wide. My lord, you're well, excellent. And he moves forward to grab you in a handshake.
Yes. Welcome to, what's the name of this place?
Pale Watch.
Pale Watch. Welcome to Pale Watch, Mormont. Your arrival is most welcome. And I'll like lean forward and I'll shake. And as I embrace him in my hand, the linens will already have started to become spotted with crimson from beneath his tunic, easily seen from certain angles.
He'll say, "This is a fine hall and a fine feast that you have set for me. I'm grateful. I'm grateful."
Indeed. If we are to be kin, we should. There should be much celebration. Your house is a strong and noble lot.
Indeed, the joining of our two houses will bring strength to both. I'm certain of it.
As am I. And this is the boy, right?
This is the boy, yeah.
Okay, yeah. So I'm going to take his measure. Like, what am I looking at?
You give me an insight, if you like.
Okay. I'm pretty good at this. All right. Okay. So it's going to be 16 total.
Okay. He seems confident. He's definitely strong, tall, well-muscled, handsome, all good traits for a son to have, like not misshapen or inbred in any way. And he carries himself well. He carries himself like he's older than he is.
That's
all good signs.
Yeah. Excellent. Is my daughter in the room?
I would think she probably is.
Okay, yeah. So as I'm conversating with the boy, whenever I see him glance away, I will sneak a couple glances. I'll seeing how that my daughter is if she's keen to him. I mean, obviously, if he's as handsome as he is, she probably is. But I just want to know.
Yeah, she seems delighted to be marrying into like a house as old and important as Mormont, and also that he's not like a 50-year-old fat man.
Mm-hmm. And my wife, her expression.
I think one of concern for you, but yeah, generally pleased with the boy, certainly.
Okay, excellent. Yeah. So as I come out and as our initial greeting is coming to an end, I will signal for the next course to come out, and it'll be the best one, like the hot meats and the warm cider and all of the great things, and they'll bring in a couple big fresh logs for the fires and stoke those up and just get it nice and warm and cozy. I'll see a couple of the thrushes have gone a bit stale, and I'll call over a page boy and scold him and send him off to have those replaced immediately. Yeah.
Of course, my lord. Yes. He runs to do so.
Excellent.
Yeah. As the meal goes on, young Mormont will stand and he'll raise his glass, or not his glass, I guess it would be a cup. And he would say, Lord Weir, Lady Weir, you've done me great honor in allowing me to come here and feast with you in your beautiful hall. And he'll gesture. And he'll say, the joining of our houses will be great for all involved, and I'm excited to have your beautiful daughter join me on Bear Isle. And so we drink to a happy future, and he'll do so.
Yeah, and I'll stand and raise my glass and say, "To a happy future," and welcome everyone into the toast for sure.
Yeah, so the night goes by nicely. There's feasting, drinking, some games, but late that night, as many people have gone to their chambers and it's kind of died down a little bit, a soldier, a guard, will come to you, Lord Weir, and he'll whisper in your ear, "My lord, you must come with me."
Who is this again? I'm sorry.
He's like a guard who works in the castle.
I'll look to him knowingly and lock in step.
Yeah, he'll lead you just into a side room, and he'll present a letter and a small leather pouch. The letter says, "Lord Weir, your soldiers are defeated. Salt Tree belongs to me. If you'd like them back, you can bring 1,000 gold pieces to Salt Tree. We can negotiate further terms when we meet." And then it just says, Lord ORAN SALTCLIFFE.
Do I recognize the name in the house?
You would recognize SALTCLIFFE as an Ironborn house.
Is it big?
It's one of the bigger ones, yeah.
Okay. So like, just so I can get some perspective here, like big as us, big as our Bannerlord.
So the thing is, most of the houses in the Iron Islands are really small in terms of land.
Okay.
But they tend to have bigger standing armies because most of their people make a living reaving, raiding, sailing.
Mm-hmm.
But like in terms of castles and land, they would have a fraction of what you have.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I'll turn to the man, and I'll say, summon the War Council, and then I will go to the chamber where we hold that council.
My lord, shall I bring the young Mormont?
Have I heard, like, was he boasting, like, throughout the whole thing about defeating Ironborn and shit like that, or?
He would have definitely told you a story or two about how they would attack Bear Island sometimes, or and how they would be repelled.
Say, I look up to him with a sly smirk on my face, and I'll say, if the boy is to be kin, he should be tested. Indeed.
As you say, Lord. And he goes into the main hall, and he goes kind of around and just like whispers in the ear of several key figures, of course, LOSTLER, and then your Castellan, and then Lord Mormont, and a couple of others.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
LOSTLER will make his way in at once.
Yes, the Lord will be sitting there at the high seat at the end of the table, and he'll tell, hurry now. There's urgent news from the north, from the west. Seems our efforts to capture Salt Tree have ended in utter failure, or that is what we're being led to believe. And I will present the document. Did they send proof? I'm assuming they sent proof. I mean,
yeah, there's 2 fingers in the leather bag, each with a Weirwood ring.
Mm-hmm. I would have the maester examine them for, legitimacy, which I'm sure he could easily confer. He probably made the rings, or no, one of our god. Oh, that's right. Nico plays him. Oh, nice.
I am the maester now.
It appears the rings are the real thing, Lord. Though these fingers could be from any common corpse.
And at this point, I would turn to LOSTLER. Nephew, you started this endeavor. How many men did we lose?
Many lords, though not as many as the Ironborn. I believe dead. Our numbers would not be more than a score, though several wounded. Those are mainly knights, though, so our best warriors, Lord.
And he'll kind of sigh. Or no, he's not going to sigh. Fuck that. No, he's practiced. He takes the news without any visible change in demeanor. And he turns back to you a moment later and says, "And what would be your counsel to proceed, seeing as this was your endeavor?"
We should ascertain the truth of this matter and have eyes upon Salttree. And in preparation, if it is confirmed, we should call our levies, all of our troops to muster, besiege the place, burn them out, negotiate their surrender. If they have our men, I fear they are lost to us, Lord. To treat them as a bargaining chip further or acknowledge them in that fashion will only weaken our house.
Yeah, he
would
looks
send
down
word
at
to Deepwood Mott and House Fisher, to Lord Stark also, my lord.
Have we not already done so?
If I have paper and pen nearby, I would have been drafting letters already.
Good maester, see to that. And I'll turn to
my
him.
lord.
Yeah. Stark must know of this treachery, and send a bit of. I guess would it be appropriate? No, this is out of character. Would it be appropriate to send one of the fingers along to show what's going on, or
just seal the letter yourself? That'd be worth more than a finger or a ring to a Stark,
Okay.
I'd say.
Yeah,
Alright,
just
well,
your own seal.
Yeah, I just turn to the maester and says, "Prepare my seal," and I.
Yes, my lord.
Yeah. I will not have those who are of my most inner circle be held and kept as toys and puppets from these filthy seaborn dogs. This will not do. We will raise the levies now, and he's going to turn to whoever's in charge of that. I'm guessing it's the Castellan, or is it the
Right.
Would it be okay? And he would say, "Have men go out to every farm. None. Every community, every homestead must contribute." And then I can't remember the guy's name, but I'm sure that. Weirwood, the farmer who I adjudicated for in the first session.
Right, you would send Rory there?
Yeah, I will tell them. I'll say, when you get to blah blah farmstead, you give the farm owner a choice: to son or Rory who will serve, and that's going to solve two problems, I think.
My lord.
Yep. And then I'll turn and send riders west, buy us some time, draft some sort of notice of compliance, and get that out there. We'll at least maintain the image of complicity here, and then I'll turn to Mormont and I'll say, "How about you, son to be? What advice would you give a man in my position?"
You cannot allow these pirates to take your sacred warriors and keep them captive. It's a great sacrilege to the old gods. Cannot allow it. They must be punished.
It is true. And I'll turn to my maester and I'll say, "What do we know of this Salttree? This ancient citadel?"
A destitute parasite from some far-flung rock, no doubt, my lord. Do not have the information on hand, though I'll consult my tomes. And he'll roll a history check, as he did as about with some scrolls for a nat 1. There appears to be, he looks about nervously, a smudging upon this page, so underneath where you can see like house salt blob.
Once again, the Lord maintains his demeanor. Those who know him may notice an almost imperceivable twitch of the eye as he does so. He'll turn and he'll look to the rest and he'll say, I believe that'll do for tonight, unless anyone else has anything more to say.
I will prepare, my lord, and leave at once with your bidding, with what nights are left to us to get eyes upon Salttree, not engage the enemy.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Play nice while we still can keep up the ruse. We want to keep our knights alive as long as we can. And he'll turn. So just to recap, add a character real quick. So we've got the Maester is preparing documents to send to our affiliated houses, and I will seal those personally. We are engaging the levies, and we are sending men led by LOSTLER out to the site to gain the intelligence.
Reconnaissance, yep.
Reconnaissance with a raven. So as soon as we know, you send that back. I think that's all we did, right? That's everything?
Yep.
Okay. All right.
When I leave the hall there, Lord Lloyd, I'm gonna send a messenger to Shiofra. I'll want her for this.
Yep. So it's late. She'll come to you, looking like hair, bedraggled, and she'll say, "I've had a dream, Lord."
He'll stop and then, like, eyes level on her, and what he was about to say kind of put on hold, and he leans in closer. Do tell.
I've seen something terrible. Dreamed of a great wolf loping through the snow, through a forest of weirwoods, and from the sea, a great kraken rose to battle it, and tentacles striking all over the wolf. And each time it moved to bite at a tentacle, another would strike in a different place. And all the while, as the wolf was distracted, the beak moved inexorably towards the heart.
He's just stopped, stunned, mute for a second. He takes dreaming quite seriously, although in many other ways he's a mostly practical man. And he like picks apart the symbolism of it. And he says, "Come with me." And he was intending to lead her down to the stables to prepare to ride off, but instead he goes back to the chamber, and as he sees Lord Weir waiting to leave, he gestures for him to come, and he like sprawls out the scroll and daggers it, the map, and daggers it apart, and points and says, "Lord, this is a declaration of war that they occupy our land. From here," I'll say, pointing to where they hold Salttree, "they can use their ships to strike at these points, moving wherever our one army is not. And ultimately, our strongest port, Wolf Harbour here," I'll point down to the other northern part.
Mm-hmm.
That's the very heart of our house. Without it, our trade and reinforcements, supplies from other houses is cut off. Perhaps we should divide our forces.
And he'll look down, and he'll look back at you, and look back, but wow, English, back up at you, my man, and he'll say, "What are you suggesting, Master?"
We keep a sufficient force in Wolf Harbour to protect it should our first plan go awry. that should our army be found wanting in Sea Dragon Point, at least we have reserves here to protect the vital part of our house. I'll point to Wolf Harbour. Perhaps they mean to draw us out. It seems strange that they would ask for ransom. Ironborn usually pay the iron price.
And that'd be the first time he's thought that thought. He'll say, yes, that is odd. So you basically, like, do you have a specific battle plan that you're proposing here?
Yeah, if Lloyd's not listening, I say we go up. I say we go up and besiege them. I'll get Chauffeur because she's so good at sneaking in and stealing stuff, like she did to you. We'll get her to go in and like disable the ship, burn their ship, whatever we can do to like seal them in. But my plan involves like taking our friends here out of the equation, like letting them die. And we take all the Ironborn and their ships, all their gear, and whatever they've raised. But you're the Lord.
Yeah.
And I know that you don't want to do that.
Yeah. No.
Definitely don't do.
I'm assuming you'd probably leave the part out that you thought I didn't want to hear, right?
No, I'd say it.
You'd say it? Yeah, so he'd furrow his brow at this point. He'd say, says, those men, though, they have sometimes disobeyed or disrupted this household. They are my knights. They are sworn to our ways, and we cannot just dispose of them.
This is warlord. They are soldiers in war, and they know their fate when they kneel to take their oaths of service to death.
Yes. Perhaps. But it is my choice, not yours.
As I say, Lord.
Yeah, I will err on the side of life this once. And he'll say, I like most of what I heard from you, though I think with delays we may be able to muster a greater force, or perhaps with more information. If your girl here, and he'll kind of look. Did you bring her in? He'll look to her with a sharp look. There was a punishment that she was supposed to take that she's managed to avoid by endearing herself to you, but the Lord has not forgotten. And he looks at
Lord.
Yeah, he looks a sharp look at her and then back to you, and he says, if she is as good as she seems to be, perhaps the girl can find a way in. Perhaps there is a way to both rout and save. If not, as you say, the men will die if they must. But I would say to you,
it nod grimly at that. It would say, Lord, if you pay a ransom demanded for these 2 nights, and we take back Salt Tree, and these Ironborn flee our shores, they'll tell the other houses that we pay, that we're weak, and they will only invite further incidences to acquiesce to the demand of raiders.
And he'll kind of sit back in his chair and take you in for a moment, and then he'll just say in a dead cold voice, I have no intention to pay.
Then you'll see like a grim smile seep across LOSTLER's face, and he nods a few times. Good. With your leave, Lord, I will prepare.
You have it. I will see what can be done from here for a time and join you should the need arise. Make sure to take the ravens, enough for 2 communications at least.
Very well, Lord. And I'll, Chauffeur and myself will leave you to it.
Okay.
All right, so in Salt Tree, you guys awaken again. How many days it's been, you have no idea, to the sound of shh, shh, shh. The jailer is like holding this beautiful sword that belongs to you, both of your swords, I should say. And he's just like sharpening one with this crude rock that he's found down here, and it's leaving all these like dents and scratches in the blade. He's just like,
No wonder I killed so many of you. Don't know how to fucking sharpen a sword.
you don't like it, do you? He like hefts it up and he looks at it. It's nice work.
Aye.
How fond are you of this sword?
It's my
Don't
second
say-
favorite sword.
Yeah, don't say fond.
Your second favorite.
First favorite escaped with my horse.
Yeah, you're a poor swordsman and an even worse liar, he says, and then he like puts the blade into like a sort of gap in the flagstones and like shoves it in there, and then he just like uses his foot to like stand and bend the blade. Clang! Throws it to the ground. You know you're not getting out of here.
Came to terms with that when I fell.
So what are
Honestly,
you?
I'm not sure why. Good.
What are you? Dirt worshippers? Tree fanciers? I don't understand. What's with all this tree getup that you have?
And at that, LEOFRIC would speak up. And he would say, "We follow the old way."
No, that's not correct. We follow the old way.
He kind of laughs, and it kind of hurts to laugh. I mean, his ribs are bruised from the last beating he got. But he says, "That's the irony. We seem to follow the same path, though it would seem at some point our paths have split, but they are similar."
No, your gods are trees. Mine is the drowned god who sits deep below in the great halls, where all who die will feast with him.
But yet, both of our gods, they use the blood of us to make great things happen. And almost to like punctuate it, you know, he kind of touches his face and he holds up his missing finger as almost like declaration of proof. He says,
Well, that's proof.
"Our priests do the same thing."
I've not seen that, but I have seen the drowned god heal you.
Yeah, I'm actually totally bullshitting, Lloyd.
Yeah.
LEOFRIC has never seen that happen. Though it's been said that happens, but he's never seen it. I mean, he's only seen men heal through normal means.
Yeah, he'll just say, "Well, I've seen the drowned god do it. I've seen it happen before my very eyes. All I've seen your gods do is blow in the wind."
So tell me, this lord of yours, he seems an honorable man.
Lord Saltcliffe? Honorable. You Greenlanders.
Perfect. He gave me the reaction I wanted.
Yeah, straight as a snake, Saltcliffe. But he's successful, and he makes us rich.
Okay. I would just Leofric would just go silent at that point. Is he kind of just mulling over the information that he feels he has gotten from this jailer, maybe unbeknownst to him.
Yeah, he'd torment you, and every time you begin to like doze off to sleep, he'd like get like a cup or whatever, and just like ring, ring, ring along the rungs of your cell. If you actually manage to fall asleep, he'll come in and throw salt water on you. So you guys will each gain 2 levels of exhaustion.
All right.
You're just not being allowed to sleep at all. So a couple of days will go by. There's no response from House Fisher. There is a response from House Stark, who it'll say Banner Lords of House Weir. Grim tidings indeed. We are facing similar aggression on many fronts. The Ironborn have landed and are besieging Mount Caelan. We are unable to send troops at this time.
Okay. That's not good news. So in that time, has the levy been raised then? And I assume that LOSTLER would have made it and started employing stealth. Okay, now is there like any, do we have any like, so our house doesn't have any dark magics like that shit, do we?
Well, you have the Weirwood circle, but you've never seen it do anything like that.
Do anything like that?
It has a magic of its own, you know. That's kind of different, less obvious, I guess. Your priests have never done anything like that.
Okay. Well, I think that without anyone on the way, and so you said Glover has not gotten back to us? That was Stark?
They will be. So Stark will have gotten back to you first, and then Glover, almost moments later, will return correspondence, and they will say, most troubling, we'll send assistance.
Okay. I will. I'm going to immediately send a rider off to Jostler to give him that information that we will be without help from the Starks, but that indeed Glover. That indeed Glover will hear our call and respond. And then I think I'm going to take the levy. And like, how are our men? How do they look? I'm gonna gauge Castellan. How went the levy?
So you'll have gotten. Let's see, how many you got? One.
You should have 130 in Wolf Harbour with the levy, if we raised it all at White Harbour. So 130 all up across the sprawl, I think, from that discussion we had before the broadcast.
Wolf Harbour, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and also with that, you'll have like a knight from each village who like resides over the place. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 6, 7. So 7 more knights as well.
And did Rory return?
No, the report would come as the guys get back that when they got to the farm, no one was there. It was burnt.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Mm-hmm. Yep. I'm going to issue an arrest warrant for Rory and go back to my other more pressing business. So yeah, we'll get the levy together and we'll leave. Now, is there? Do we have any ships? Like, would it be faster for us to go by boat up the coast?
We stole one off them, Lord. It's in Wolf Harbour. Okay. We set men training to it after Whitecliff.
Can I hold my whole force on that ship? Didn't we have a trader ship as well? Didn't we confiscate?
Our force is too big to hold on that. Yeah, we did. Yeah. But we don't have a ship big enough to hold all of our force on one.
You'd struggle even
Okay.
with two. If you wanted to bring horses and stuff, it's 150 men, and you don't have warships. You have one from the Ironborn, but you don't have warships necessarily. You have merchant ships, which aren't really made for carrying troops.
Okay, so I'm gonna have I'm gonna have some chests brought out, like the kind that you would take money in, and probably like maybe like weight them and then make it look like it's got gold in it, as best as I can, my people or whatever, and get those loaded up. And what I'll do is I'll take the elites will head first. So first off, I'm going to leave a force to defend our land. So whatever that needs to be to do it well, we'll do that. And then whatever's left, I will take the elite with me on the boat, and we will go out first, and then we'll have the rest, the bulk, move up. And I want them to kind of station far enough back that I think that the people at Sea Salt wouldn't be able to see, just based off of the geography of the land. And it is my land, so I assume I know it pretty well to at least know where to attempt that, what location to attempt that at. And then we will, and then I will turn, like while I'm making all these preparations to get all this shit done, I will turn to Mormont and I'll say, "Well, there, son to be, do you have a mind for war?"
I'll not shrink from the task.
And I'll clasp him on the shoulder and I'll say, "You Mormonts are known to be a sturdy, hardy, and brave lot. I look forward to seeing you in battle, son." And I'll drop that in there. And yeah, and we're gonna go. We're gonna leave a defending force behind, and we're just gonna move up. We're not, Lostler's got days to do maneuvers before we reach him, but. Yeah.
Okay, so you have 50 town guard. Do you want to leave those here guarding the town because they're experienced at it, or do you want to leave some levy guarding the town and bring the experienced warriors with you?
I think we should hold Wolf Harbor Lord with the men who are trained to defend it, who know it well.
No, I'm not gonna specifically train men to a task and then take them off that task.
Okay, just want to make sure because the town guard are more experienced or whatever. But that's fine.
Yeah. Well, I'm taking the knights that were presiding on that they're on the boat with me, and then whichever are the most promising of the levies to fill out that whatever the boat can take, and they move ahead, and then I probably actually leave one of the knights to lead the other bunch of levies up on foot, or I don't think I have horses for the levies, right? So
no, they would have like basic wooden shields and spears, no armor. Well, whatever they could bring with them, but not much like padded clothing and stuff.
We used all of our excess horses, Nick, to make that messenger system along the coast. Remember?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So with them and the knights, that's it.
Okay, so but the knights have their own horses, I'm assuming, whatever 5, 6
right.
Yes,
that there are.
that's right. So you would have on the boat, you'd have 40 mounted men, including yourselves and Lord Mormont and his men.
Okay.
And then I think that's probably all you could fit onto the boat. To be honest, it's like with room for horses and men.
Okay.
And then
We don't need to take horses by sea. We'll take them by land.
Hey,
I
Nick.
think.
Ghostly voice in the chat. Because we took a bunch of their armor as well as one of their ships.
Now
Don't they have like a harbor thingy?
Yeah, no, that is an interesting idea. Yeah, so can I armor the men that are on the boat? Yeah, I think Nico had a good point there. I think I would have thought of that the horse can go by land. They'll be able to make it, right? But can I armor my men to look like the?
You could armor some of them. I mean, the knights have their own armor, which is significantly better than the stuff that they would be wearing if the Ironborn came.
All right. So what we'll do is we'll take all that stuff with us. We'll be prepared for whatever ruse that we might want to use, and we're going to park that boat. Let me see the map. Where's the map of this place? Here it is. So it looks like at White Claw, right? That's the closest point to Sea Dragon Point. That's not.
Yeah.
So we'll take the boat there, and I guess then. So which one would be faster? The horses across land or horses in a boat? Because we do want our elites there as fast as possible.
But the boat would be much quicker than going by land.
I've got.
All right,
I took
so
the 20 knights with me though when I went off. So you're only talking about 7 nights transport anyway, so it doesn't really matter either way.
Yeah.
Like it's 7 nights that you've got.
Okay, yeah. So wait, it's not 40? 40 on horse on boat?
So you'd have so there's 21 there, including Nico, and then the rest will be with you, so 19, including yourself and Lord Mormont.
Okay, so 19. Got it. Okay. I guess none of that really matters. Nico, you have track of everything? Good. Then we'll set out. Let's do it.
Yeah, I got a scroll.
I think this is right. I think we did everything right. I'll send word to Lord Mormont that we move ahead to engage in negotiations to determine the outcome of our knights and await you at reinforcements at the points between probably wherever Jostler would have shown me he was going to go make camp, or to set up the camp place to meet up.
You mean Lord Glover, right? Is that what you mean?
Yeah, Glover.
Okay.
I don't know what I said.
Nope. Oh, good.
A lot of numbers and stuff to keep track of.
Yeah, there is. Yeah, I guess that's like part of running an empire to some extent.
I think we need like a Google Docs spreadsheet for keeping track.
We need Dan Barnes to come into this game and play the Maester.
Yep, absolutely.
Please.
Yeah.
Please.
If he's watching, please come.
Please.
Yeah, I might hire him in as a maester in future sessions.
We need him, man. We need that shit. This is difficult. Just stumbling on numbers. Holy shit.
This is what it's like commanding an army. I guess logistics is like 3/4 of the battle. Okay. So, LOSTLER, you would arrive within view of Salt Tree a couple of days later, and you would see what you can see here, except you see it obviously from the land side rather than the sea side. So I guess you wouldn't see all this ocean and stuff. But it is formidable, thick walls, high towers, and you would see like a winding path leading up to a gate, and that seems to be the way in. The gate, or the portcullis, is shut, and there are some men standing around. Yeah, recently repaired.
Yeah, I'll get the men to set up on that tree line there if it's like to scale them up, so that we can still see up into it. And I'll get Shifra by the next night to clamber about the outskirts and try and reconnaissance whatever she can.
Okay, let's have Shifra do a skill challenge: a stealth, a acrobatics, and a perception. Okay, she's very stealthy, but she sucks at the other two.
Yeah, I rolled for her. She critted on the stealth check. She wasn't seen, though I'm assuming, she got a 12 all up, I would say, at least on her acrobatics, and a critical fail on the perception. Yeah,
she's able to scale the walls without too much issue, and she walks unseen amongst some of the Ironborn. She can see that there are definitely some on the walls, but she doesn't get a good count, and she has to leave before she gets spotted, before she gets a decent count of numbers or anything like that.
Awesome.
But yeah, she gives you an outlining of the fortress, basically what's
more of the side of the map. Yeah, sweet. Okay, so I can legitimately use that intel. Sweet. I'll reward, give her my thanks and tell her to join the men around the fire. And I'll always have like 5 guys on guard at our picket lines, and a couple with the horses also, just in case they try anything fishy. Though I'm hoping that just like they remember knights. Hopefully that fear holds us safe for now, as I eagerly look to the east every night to one more passing before there's like word from Pale Watch. I definitely would assume there's more than 20 in there.
Oh, definitely, yeah.
Yeah. How many feet, say, or miles would the forest be from that winding approach, my lord?
That's a good question. Maybe less than a mile, probably.
Okay, sweet.
Yeah, 3/4 of a mile, maybe.
Okay, sweet. Yeah, that's good enough.
So
yeah, that's all
obviously
do for now.
in the forest, you can't really see what's up in the walls, or whatever. You can keep sight of the facility or the fortress.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it'll be. You sent a raven, didn't you, to LOSTLER? I don't know how that would work though, because he doesn't have a rookery with him. I don't think that would work.
Not a raven. That was a rider. He went out.
Okay, I gotcha. Yeah. So then a couple of days, let's say 2 days later, a rider would come to you, LOSTLER, and he would say, "Oh my lord, the Starks are besieged. Moat Caelan attacked by the Ironborn. Lord Glover is sending assistance to us, but we don't know when it will arrive. Lord Weir comes now with a levy in tow."
Very good. I'll say here. I'll take him down to have some broy with the men, and I'll say, "Rest. Thank you for your work." And I'll go back into my tent and mull it over and make note of it on some vellum. I'll inform the knights to raise their spirits that Lord Weir is on his way and kind of make a deal out of it, so they hopefully it staves off the fear of being isolated out here near like the lashing coast. 20 against who knows how many.
Yeah, and of course it's miserable weather, but you're in the woods, so it's not too bad. But it's sideways rain and sleet.
That's perfect. I'll tell Schaefer she's going out again tonight to make full use of that, the advantage of that weather.
Excellent. Okay, give me another set of rolls, please.
Just give me a second, my lord. I may even go with her.
Okay.
You're gonna go with her? Go find out where that cave goes. I'm sorry, I'm metagaming. Horrible. I'm horrible metagamer.
I think even with the map, the cave would not be knowledge or known to you. She wouldn't have been able to look down over the side of that wall.
Yeah.
Okay. It's a pretty trippy place to go. That does not look like a safe climb.
I'll just let her go off by herself and wish her good luck.
Well, if you go with her, you can do the skill checks as a skill challenge. Like she'll do one, you'll do one, she'll do one.
No, I'm not going to risk myself.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
Dude, I get there and all of you have been captured.
Yeah, fuck that. Fuck that. Go, Schaefer.
Yes, my lord. Okay, so yeah, again, there'll be stealth, acrobatics, and perception.
Does she have any advantage because of the weather for her, say, stealth?
She will for her stealth, yeah.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
Nice.
That's good.
Okay, yeah. So she succeeds in the stealth. She succeeds on all three. So she's able to, in the kind of the bad weather, bring herself to the wall, climb her way up, and kind of crouch low as she moves across the walls. Not having to go through all the gates and stuff since she's on the walls. She manages to pass through like a tower with some Ironborn inside. She just passes through quietly and no one seems to notice. She makes her way to the courtyard where the salted tree itself is, and she would try to get into the dungeons, into the keep itself, see if she can pull that off. So I'll just need one more stealth check from her.
Yeah!
Unbelievable, yeah.
I'm just going to draw up the deed for her, like, nobility now.
MVP. Yeah, so she manages to get in there and move her way like into the kitchens, changes her clothes to look like a serving girl. So
they've got salt wives and stuff here.
Yeah.
Oh, so they've been here a good long while and
so
it's not going anywhere. Okay, cool.
Yeah, they're definitely entrenched. And she would move her way through the keep itself and down into the dungeons itself. And you would see KOGROM and LEOFRIC. In the middle of the night, you can hear like the howling wind. The door would like unexpectedly because the jailer is sitting in there with you. And this woman, beautiful, red-haired, you would have met her before, I think, comes in with like a tray of food and mead for the jailer. And she like walks, and you can see that she's like almost a little bit shaky. She's trying to keep it together. She says, I was told to bring you some food. He like looks at her, raises an eyebrow.
Maybe
Does that pig look like he needs any more food, serving wench?
Yeah.
And Leofric from his cell would say, "You could bring that over here, lass. I could test it for him."
He walks over and he gets the tray and he puts it onto the ground, and it's hot food. You can see it's steaming hot. And he picks up like this loaf of hot bread. And he says, "All right, thanks, girl. That'll be all."
Looking at the food, Leofric just like has no control over it. Just saliva just running down out of the ruined corner of his mouth.
Yeah, he sees you drilling. He opens up your cage, and he stands about 2 feet in front of you, and he just holds this like delicious hot loaf of bread, and he like slathers a bit of butter on top of it, and he just like looks directly in your eyes, just like. So like starts devouring it in front of you. But Shifa is going to come up behind him, try and stab him in the throat.
Yeah, she is.
I'm going to just before she strikes, if you'll let me, Lloyd, if I see her doing that, I'm just going to just kind of lunge with just to kind of distract and to maybe kind of bring her like right back.
Yeah. Okay. You could give me a deception.
Oh shit! Oh, how about an intimidation?
Yep,
like I kind of just kind of leer at him.
Yep.
So that'll be just a straight up roll then, because I'm at disadvantage, right? Because isn't exhaustion give me disadvantage on that, or is that just skill, ability checks?
I think that's
That's second level. Oh, sorry, is it?
I think level 1 is
It's ability checks, and then second is half movement.
right.
So, all right. So I got a 15.
Yeah. So he flinches a little bit. He's like, and then he's like,
Oh no.
and she
Oh, we're losing you, Lord.
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we
Okay,
can
now.
Okay. He flinches backwards.
So would that be considered like an aid or a help action?
Yeah, it would.
Sorry, I'm just lagging here. 1 second.
Oh, that's okay.
All good.
Like, yes, it does. As a matter of fact, you can roll 3 dice.
Okay, can you hear me properly now? Is that okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Wait.
I was just helping you out a little bit there, Lloyd.
So the guy flinches back from your advance, and then Shifa takes a little knife and she stabs it into his gut. Right, nice. Yeah, so she gets a nasty sneak attack, stabs him right in the kidney. Roll me a d10 there, Landon.
Fingers crossed, baby.
I'm praying low, Lord.
Oh shit.
Now grapple him.
8. What does 8 mean?
Oh no.
Let me check.
I don't think
He'll
it's.
probably lose his reactions or something.
I think it's probably reactions, yeah. Double check. Yeah, can't take reactions, okay. So,
That's good.
initiative, please. You 3 in there, or you 2?
Dude,
Do
this
you want
is
me to
awesome.
control shape, Lloyd,
Yeah,
or do
please,
you just
if you wouldn't
want
mind.
Okay. Yeah, no worries.
I didn't imagine that she would be able to get to them.
Neither did I.
Damn.
Fair play to her.
Yeah,
So,
very good. I'm going to run to the restroom and stuff while I'm not in this one. Right back.
okay. You guys go.
I put one check on an 8.
Cool. Leofric and KOGROM?
Yeah, I got an 8 as well.
I can't do anything. I mean, I guess I could do something.
Well, Dan, couldn't you? You're a barbarian. Couldn't you rage and try to break your chains?
Definitely try.
You know, like reach over and just totally like Samson him.
Yeah, how old do these chains look, Lloyd?
They are rusty.
All right. Right now I'm thinking either try to break the chains or take
Sure.
like the cup that he left on the ground and like throw it at him to try to distract him with the salt water.
Oh, there's like a
Throw it in
cell
his
between
eyes.
you and Leofric's cell.
Yeah,
Can I like try to aim the water at his eyes?
No, so you're like in a cell, and then there's like an iron bar at the front of your cell, and then a wall, and then another cell with a wall, and then Leofric at the far
There's
end.
a wall. Okay,
Yeah,
I thought
yeah,
there
we
were
got a
like
whole cell
bars
between
between us.
Yeah.
Sorry, I thought that was bars too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay. Yeah, then I'm gonna try to break the chains. He's gonna rage.
Oh no, wait, no, it must be bars because you saw what was happening.
Okay. Yeah, then I'm gonna throw the salt water at him and try to blind him so Shiofra can try to get at him again.
Okay, you can make an
should I roll?
improvised range attack. So just like a
So
Just like an attack with
D20 plus
proficiency.
strength.
Yeah.
Okay. Ah, fuck.
Clang.
I don't have inspiration or
Yeah.
anything.
you throw it, it just like clangs against one of the bars in between. Clang. The jailer pulls the axe from his belt and is going to try and kill Shiofra.
Oh, shit.
That's going to hit her. She's not wearing armor. It'll be 8 of Shiofra's 12 hit points.
Oh no!
6. She can't take reactions and has disadvantage on attack rolls and ability checks. So yeah, she stabs this guy in the gut, and he just like elbows her in the face, and then like pulls out his axe and just like thunk into her shoulder. And then it's Shiofra's turn.
She's going to round on him and just pull the dagger out and try and drive it into his neck. She has disadvantage. Does she have like some kind of advantage from?
She's flanking with Leofric, so it'll just be
Leofric from behind. Yeah. And his like blood, which is like spilling out of the wound, slickened over her hands, and like fried it, like having the axe tear into her. Yeah, she loses her handle on the knife.
Oh no! She rolled a 1.
cling, drops to the ground.
Fuck!
Leofric.
It's up to you.
I'm just
Knife on the
going.
ground, buddy.
Right.
Oh
I'm
yeah,
just
then
going-
she's going to scurry back because he's lost his reactions. Sorry, Lionel, but he's lost his reactions, right, Lloyd? So then she's going to scurry back and for an interaction, like close the door behind her.
Okay.
Yes!
Nice.
Nice.
So I can reach him.
Yeah, you can. Yeah.
I'm gonna just try to.
There's a knife in his
Throw-
belly.
Oh, is it still in his belly?
Yeah, she lost grip of it, and so she fled.
Oh. So I'm going to just I'll just kind of reach around with my left hand and just kind of try to just like almost like bear hug as I kind of bring the chain up just to hold him, and I'm just going to try to drive the dagger in. I'll just make a regular attack roll if you're good with that.
Absolutely.
All right, cool.
The
I'll give
dice.
you my inspiration, Lord.
No, I do have inspiration. I was going to actually
Okay.
throw it to Dan, but I'm glad I did not. Sorry, Dan. Yes.
Oh, yeah, there we go.
All right. I'm going to pretty strong guy. Fuck you. So yeah, so I drive it in for another 3 points of damage.
Okay.
And actually, I am going to, what is that called? I'm going to
Deliverance?
action surge. I'm going to
Okay.
action surge to attack him again. Just so I'm going to like drive it in, and I'm just going to try to just keep on like driving that dagger into him. That's going to be a 16.
Yep, that's good.
Oh, yes, give me a 4. Okay, so that's another 4. Points of damage. Oh, actually, no. Actually, you got to add 4 more on top of it all because I forgot I have the fighting style where it gives me +2. So.
Yep.
Nice.
You drive the blade into his hideous frog-like jowls, and arterial blood just like sprays from his throat all over you.
Yes.
And I don't stop there. I just literally, LEOFRIC thinks of all the times this guy was banging the cage, throwing salt water on he and KOGROM, and he just like totally like freaking prison shivs this dude. He just like
Brutal.
and then he's like as he's just covered with this guy's gore, he just says, "Woman, get the damn keys, free KOGROM and I."
She's like, of course, yeah. But she's like, you can see that she's taking a bad cut to the shoulder. But yeah, she's like with her blood-flicked hands trying to open the your manacles.
Okay. Seeing that, if she has the keys, I would take the keys from her and say, "Sit down, girl," and I would do it.
Yeah.
You know, I'm weak myself, but I'm putting on airs because I see she's pretty grievously wounded. So then I would go into KOGROM's cell and free him as well.
Yeah.
He's just like broken teeth smiling at you.
I smile and I like don't even have teeth on the right side of my face.
Well done, my knights.
So are our blunted weapons still here, Lloyd?
Yeah, so there's 2 basically broken swords. Your weapons, whatever your main weapons, but no sign of armor or shields or anything like that.
Yeah, right. Well, we'll take his axe, and I would. Would you want to grab your sword, or would you grab the more serviceable weapon? I guess.
What weapons did you have?
Well, I just had the long sword.
I had a long sword. Yeah,
Okay.
my great sword was with the horse.
Okay, so then I think basically it'll lower the damage by a dice, so it'll be a d6 for the longsword rather than a d8.
Okay. Yeah, he'd like take the bent sword and like straighten it out. It's got like a little crook in it, but it looks like it'll be serviceable.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, I would give the dagger back to Shofa and kind of smile at her, but it probably looks rather. It doesn't look welcoming at all with my destroyed face, but he means it well. Yeah, I would take my damaged longsword as well, but we would maybe tuck the axe. Is it a hand axe?
It's a battle axe.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a battle axe.
Yep.
Oh shit.
A full-sized axe.
I would probably give this to KOGROM and say, you could make good use of this. Because you can use it two-handed, right?
You can use it two-handed to do a d10, yeah. It's basically like a longsword, even with an axe.
Right.
So I would just take my sword.
All right, stay behind me. I'm gonna get out of here.
She says, there's so many of them. You're never going to get out of here. We need to wait for a distraction or something.
Yes, that's what I was gonna say. Well, girl, have you been through this keep? Is there a place where we can hide? Wait, can I ask this a question, Lloyd? So what is what's the pattern that they do? Is it the jailer stays down here most of the time? How many other people ever come down on
There's
any
2
given
jailers that switch every like 8 hours.
Right. So best we wait for the next jailer to come and deal with him. Don't you think, KOGROM?
Don't know how long the storm's going to last, though.
We should use the storm as cover. We should move now, or else we'll be trapped.
She says, I was able to get in here by disguising myself as a servant girl. I don't think that's going to work for you.
Yeah, and I look
I look
as
down
she
at
says
the
that.
doors.
Yeah. Yeah, I was gonna say I look at we both kind of maybe in unison. We kind of look at the jailer that's just like covered. His clothing is covered in blood. Shit.
Yeah. You're both stark ass naked as well.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, maybe she can get out of here. Girl, can you get out of here?
I think so.
All right. So we would maybe tend her wound as best we could. Maybe using some of the jailer's clothing to just kind of bind it as best we can.
Yeah.
And the gods be with you. Oops.
KOGROM would say, go to the laundry room, get us some clothing.
Oh, my lord.
Yes, I will. Okay, so she goes out of the dungeons into the castle.
Okay. She looks like a serving girl. I figure she wouldn't be out of place in the laundry room.
Yep.
She can wash her hands in the rain.
Yeah. So, Lord Weir, you'll arrive relatively soon after this whole situation. Now, did you come by? You came by a boat, is that right? You and the knights.
Yeah, I think. I think that's how
The
it went
levies.
down.
Okay, yeah. So then you and Mormont, his men and your men, you can pull into White Claw, and you can see that there's like attempts being made to rebuild some of the buildings, but it's night, and so no one's working. Yeah, and you can ride quickly towards Salt Tree, where in the forest you'll see LOSTLER and his men.
Okay. Yeah, we'll just it's in the middle of a thunderstorm.
Yeah, more like less thundery, more
A
sleet.
rainstorm.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
There's a rainstorm.
Yeah, it's like lashing rain and kind of sleet, and yeah.
Okay, so I imagine like by the time I got there, like you would just hear a bunch of commotion, and then your tent flap would open, and like a drenched Lord Weir would come in and say, "What's the status here, LOSTLER?"
We've been scouting the keep yonder for the last 2 days, Lord. We have not determined the full numbers or if our men are indeed held inside. Have an agent working this evening that we've not heard back. I'm sorry, I do not have more information for you, Lord. I've seen no men come or go from the keep, nor ships. Other than that, I'm at a loss.
Right.
And you can see that he wasn't sleeping. There's like a candle going and like maps and the like about, and he's obviously been up nervously awaiting.
Okay, yeah, and he'll just the Lord will simply say, he'll say, "I have brought the best of our men with me. The levies should be here within days. Show me what you've discovered," and then he'll go about studying the maps and allowing you to show him
And we've got
what's been going
got
on.
a garrison in Wolf Harbor, right?
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
There's a garrison in Wolf Harbor, and then there's 150-ish on the way, a levy. But you reckon there'll probably be at least another day because they're walking, if not 2 days.
I've brought chests of false promises to help us buy time if need be. But perhaps your informant will return in one piece after all. I would hope that. I'd hope that. I'd need to know more about this place.
Lord Weir, you could have given the order for a forced march, but it would basically give them 2 levels of exhaustion by the time they get here. But they would be here.
No, that's what the chests are for, to buy time.
Okay. Yep, makes sense.
Yep. And we've got the ship like over at White Cliff or
White Claw.
Right.
Yeah.
White Claw. Yep. Yeah. So basically, the Lord is going to be just as rapidly awaiting news from this agent as LOSTLER himself.
Okay.
Everything's in. Yeah.
Perfect. Give me another stealth or deception. Actually, it's better at stealth. So roll stealth for me, please, Nico.
Certainly.
Oh, yeah.
21, 22.
No problem. She moves unnoticed through the castle. She is very pretty, so one of the Ironborn will kind of grab her as she walks by, make her sit in his lap for a while. But she plays along, and then when she gets the chance, moves along into the laundry area, where she could pick up some kind of boiled leathers and linens and stuff like that. And then she moves back down into the dungeon, where she would find both of you, I guess, standing, freezing patiently.
I have a quick question. As a house, like as a military outfit, like would we have a system for like sending signals in like a situation like this? Like would those guys know of like a signal they could send?
It would,
yeah, okay.
It would always be flags. That's how like you would communicate in battlefields and stuff. It would just be like through banners and stuff.
Okay. But like if we saw a certain kind of fire, we wouldn't think something was amiss from where we're standing. I mean, I guess with the agent in there, we definitely would. All right, never mind. That's all I got.
Oh, good. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so she'll come down and she says, oh, yes, that's all I could find. And it's kind of mismatched, but it's clothing, at least.
This'll do, girl. He puts on his pants.
Yeah.
There's a lot of them, really a lot.
How many?
I didn't get a good count, but there's at least 50 or so in the Great Hall, and I don't know beyond that how many are in towers or gatehouses. I have no idea.
Did you overhear any conversations, girl?
No, I just walked quickly. I didn't want to take any chances.
Good.
All right.
So I have an idea, Dan.
What's your idea? What's the idea?
Yeah, just out of character real quick. So I'm thinking, shit. So they're going to find this jailer dead, right?
Yep.
Fuck. We're going to have to deal with that second jailer.
Why?
Are you thinking we'll sneak out?
I'm trying to get out while the storm's brewing.
Yeah. All right. Let's do it. Screw my idea. Let's go. I was just thinking we would stay inside and because we obviously know that LOSTLER and Lord Weir are either on their way or nearby if she's here. So we could be inside and actually take the gate so that they could get inside because they would lose less men that way. But if we go out, I mean, it's much more risky for us, obviously, because we have to stay inside. But, you know, that's what knights do.
KOGROM has another idea. Barbarian's an idea, man. How about we set the stables aflame?
Yes. That's a damn good idea. And
right.
So maybe we would have her just draw us a real crude map onto the ground, Lloyd, just so we get a sense of where we were going. I would want her, or LEOFRIC would want her to get back out so that she could get word to LOSTLER. But yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah. Let's do that.
She would draw a map and she would show you that you were in the main keep building underneath. That it opens up into this big courtyard where you guys were captured, where the tree is, and that the like gate out of the castle is the entire way out of the castle, like through 1, 2, 3, 4 gates.
KOGROM would be thinking we try to grapple down the wall with a rope.
In the rainstorm?
Yeah, on the land side, not on the B side.
And that is how LEOFRIC dies. Breaking his neck, falling from the wall. Well, here's what I was thinking. So this other jailer is going to show up in about 7 or so hours, or however many hours. When that happens, he's going to probably set some alarm off. That would be a good time to then set the stables ablaze. Did you think? And then wouldn't that give us an opportunity to get out?
if the lady brought a message coordinating such a thing, I think you'd stand a pretty good chance. Whispers from somewhere else.
Yeah. I don't know. What is your objective? Are you trying to make a distraction so that their attack is going to be better, or do you want to just get out and make the attack not even like a thing?
Well, we could do two things. We can get out and be like, okay, but they're going to still have this foothold in this place. What I'm thinking is we have
that leverage.
Yeah, we have a golden opportunity here where you and I are both inside. So long as we can like spirit ourselves in a place where we can wait for that right moment. And I'm not quite sure what that right moment is, but I know, Dan, you and I will know when that right moment is. And we can strike and we could actually, because their attention is going to be towards Lord Weir.
That's true.
And LOSTLER. So that'll be an opportunity for us, like you said, set the stables ablaze, get the gate open, whatever we decide to do. Maybe pick up some armor somewhere. Well, actually, you don't wear the armor, but I do.
I could use some
armor.
Guys
destroy their food?
What was that?
Could you destroy their food?
Oh, yeah. Maybe burning their food stores would be even better than the stables, Dan.
Yeah, it would. That's an even better idea.
They can't withstand a siege with no food.
Yes. And we're fairly close to the food stores, I think, because didn't she have to pass through the kitchens to get down to this part of the keep?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, let's do that. That's even better. Then if we kind of drop out of... And
then we can just get out of here.
What the fuck?
The door just opened.
Shit. Attack him.
Oh, he just rolled initiative.
Nice. I take it we're rolling initiative.
Uh-huh.
That was awesome.
It's just like, oh shit, that's a really good idea.
They gave you too much time to plan, I think.
Yeah. I've been a prisoner for like 11 days, man.
Man, I mean, people that were suited for this shit, though, man, their minds would be working a lot better than ours. Like, we're like, oh, man, what do we think they would think?
Nah, I don't know. I would say my mind is pretty muddled. I've not slept much. I haven't eaten well. Yeah.
There is that, I guess. That I didn't take that into account.
So, yeah, I got a 17, so I'm just going to leap into action. And so describe for me, like, how this door is situated to where we are.
So if you can imagine, like, you come down a staircase, and then there's like a thin hallway that's maybe 5 foot wide, and on either side there are 5 cells. You are both on the back left as you come down. So your distance to this dude is 70 feet.
Holy shit. Fuck.
Well, actually, it could be as little as 50 if you were standing outside Dan's cell rather than yours, because you were at the back.
That's where we would be.
Okay, so then 50.
All right. Yeah, so have we spent enough time waiting for her that it would be like considered a short rest?
No.
Shit. Okay. Well, I'm just going to run at him.
Okay. Your movement is halved.
Yeah, I know. So that would be 40 feet.
Would it not be 30, or do you have extra move speed?
Wasn't it? Oh, well, I'm going to double. I'm going to dash. Sorry.
Okay, but if you dashed, it would be 60 normally, so 30. Yeah.
Yeah, 30 feet.
Okay, yeah. So you just like begin pumping, and you're like, ugh, but you can just feel like all this like lactic acid just burning up in your muscles, having not been used for like.
I would see that LEOFRIC would stumble a couple of times as he's not used to moving those legs.
Yeah. Okay, Shiofra, what would she like to do? my lord.
She would like be screaming, running not alongside, sorry, but in the same direction. Sorry, the opposite direction of the jail, like huddling away, like, the prisoners have escaped. Oh, to try and gain some advantage on a ranged attack next turn against this guy.
Nice. Okay, KOGROM.
Yeah, he's gonna charge him too.
Okay.
And he's gonna rage.
Excellent. And how far can you get? A little bit further, right?
Yeah, I think it's 40.
Okay. So yeah, he opens his door, and you just go sprinting. Shifa starts screaming, and he's like, "What the fuck?" And he just like turns around, and he's like, "Prisoners, loose!" And yeah, pulls an axe, and steps back through the door and pulls it closed behind him.
Saw that coming. Shit.
There goes that idea.
Yep. Shifa's good at lockpicking, right?
You guys have the keys on this side from the other guy that you yourselves
Oh, that's
with.
true.
Just your strength against this jailer's.
Okay. LEOFRIC, I guess, would be next.
So as LEOFRIC gets to the door, is there a window in it, or is it's windowless?
It's windowless.
Yeah. So he kind of probably kind of suspects but he just tries to pull the door open.
Yeah, it's locked.
Yeah, that's what I figured. Yeah, I guess he would wait to see if one of the keys on the ring will do it. If not, maybe Shofra could release the lock. Yeah, so I'll just end my turn there.
Okay. Shifa?
She'll burst into motion now, throwing off the ruse, but it's she could get to the 45 feet, I guess, by movement and her dash, and she'll try to use her interaction to use the keys.
Okay. Yeah, it'll open.
And yeah, she'll gesture for you burly men to go forth.
Ready in action.
That's all she can do.
Yep, you're next, KOGROM.
KOGROM's gonna get a running start, and then like once she sees that he's about to go through the door, she opens it. He just charges right through. Guard,
Excellent.
hopefully.
Yep. So this is like a sort of hallway. You can see the jailer standing there with a sword, not a sword, an axe, and just an axe. Actually, he wouldn't have a shield. And you can hear raised voices down the hallway.
God damn this guy! All right, if he's gonna is he running away from me?
No, he's there. You can attack him.
All right, yeah, I'm gonna do that.
Yeah, you have to reply all.
Swing recklessly and get a 24.
Oh yeah, that's a hit.
$13.
Wow. Okay, nice. Roll me a d10.
0. All right, no, 1. 1.
2. Yes!
Yeah.
Excellent. Yeah, so I think he's unconscious, or is he dead?
Yep, but stable.
Yeah. Okay. Yes, you run up and you swing his axe, rake it across his chest, and he just like falls down to the ground, knocked out.
Yeah, he finishes him off, I guess, like really quickly. Kind of waves for everybody to come.
Could I just ask a quick? What is this? The size of this jailer? Are either of us close in size to him?
Yeah, I think so. Jailers they're generally big, or these two are both big.
And KOGROM's a pretty good sized dude.
Yeah.
And so is LEOFRIC. Maybe can you quickly throw on like his tunic or something?
Yeah, I'll throw on
Unless
like
you-
the leather smock or whatever that these guys probably wear.
Like what pink
If it's a
shoes?
rainstorm, he might have come with a cloak too, like on his way to here. Like he might have other clothing that you guys can garb about yourselves.
Yeah. So if we could share it across us, Lloyd, if that would work.
Yep.
I would throw a cloak around me, and he'd throw the leather smock down, just so I could pull the hood up over my ruined face.
Yeah.
And then we'll just. Is there a place we could quickly drag his body?
Back into the jail cells, maybe.
Okay.
Yeah, jailer in each of your cells, how poetic.
No, I don't want to go that far. Maybe just inside the
Same
door and
fate.
close it.
Yeah.
And but he's put an alarm up. So what are we hearing?
Right. You can hear raised voices and footsteps.
Yeah.
To the kitchen,
So-
says Shofra.
Yeah.
I guess we would move as quickly as our tired legs could carry us.
Okay. You can give me a stealth.
Aha, I don't have armor on. This will actually be okay. Ish.
I bet.
No, it will not.
Crit for Shofra.
She's invisible.
16.
Yeah. I got an 8.
Okay, so KOGROM and Shiafra are able to hide, kind of sticking to the shadows, whatever, and moving quickly. But I think LEOFRIC is probably too exhausted, and he lags behind a little bit. And you have to, you're running, and you have to like stop for a second and like put your hands on your thighs and just.
Right. No, actually, if you'd permit me. So as I'm kind of running along and I'm getting tired and I'm starting to get those cramps, I actually lose my footing and fall. And the reason why I don't stealth is the sword comes out of my hand and it kind of skitters.
Perfect.
Across the floor, and as I kind of fall onto my knees before I can push myself back up.
Yeah, so Shiafra and KOGROM would like round a corner, and you can see the kitchens up ahead, and you're still like in that same corridor, and then you hear behind you, "Hey, stop!" And you can see that there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 gentlemen standing there. I mean, they don't seem like they're not like armed and armored or whatever. Well, they're armed, but like they're not like armed for war. They're just like hanging out, whatever, in the feast hall or whatever. And now they've come to see what the situation is, and they just call stop.
I'm just gonna yell quickly. The prisoners are escaping, and one of them wounded me. Just kind of because maybe there's some blood on me from when obviously there's some blood. On my hands and stuff, and I'll like make like I'm holding my wound, and I said I'm after them, and I'll point actually the way. Is it the only the one way they could go?
Yeah, so it's kind of like if you imagine it's like a T, and you came up from the long line, and they're coming from the left to the right, and you're going to the right up to the kitchens. That's where KOGROM and Shiafra have gone, and they've come from the left.
Yeah, so I would point the only other way they could have gone, and I say, I'm after them. They've killed one of the jailers. Yeah, I'm
Two
gonna
of
leave it
the
at that.
Fucking Greenlanders. So they'll kind of move towards you. 4 of them will move around the corner, and one of them will stop, and he'll like look at you, and he's like, "Are you all right? You need to go see the priest."
Yes, I should do that, and I'm gonna start moving like back the way they came.
Uh-huh.
Just to sell it.
Yeah. Just give me a deception.
Yeah. I knew that was coming.
Better. You better.
I'll give you
nailed
my-
it.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
Nice. Yeah, it's a straight up 16.
Excellent. Yeah, he's, I guess, not concerned. You look like a jailer. You're wearing all his clothes. You are wounded. He's like, okay, yeah, go see the priest.
And I'll just kind of like, and I'll just quickly say, kick that big fucking bear once for me. And I'll just kind of like wince as I say that, like kind of holding my ribs to kind of just like give the impression like he kicked me, and that's why. And then I'll just kind of start hobbling down the hallway the way they had come. But I'll kind of look over my shoulder to make sure they're chasing after them.
Yeah.
Yeah. And once they're kind of far enough away, then I'll turn around and start heading back behind them.
Yep. So, Shiafra and KOGROM, you have run into the kitchens. It's busy. It's obviously evening time. There's people cooking, lots of people. And it's a bit chaotic. There's lots of steam and like smoke and stuff in here. People shouting and stuff in here, kind of trying to get everything sorted.
Shiafra will like move over next to KOGROM and like put her hand in his as if they're like a couple, and like try and like move off looking for some corner or the like.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
So it's a couple of moments later that like two of the Ironborn stick their heads in, and one of them runs up to one of the servant girls and just like grabs her by the hair. Where are they? Just like, oh, I didn't see anything. Oh God, please no. And he looks around. Give me a stealth, both of you.
Yeah.
Yeah, 18 for Shiafra.
Yeah.
10?
You can have my inspiration. You can have my inspiration,
please.
Lord.
Oh yeah, 21.
Perfect.
It's kind of like that scene from Inception.
Oh man, shit.
Yeah, he pops his head around. He like looks around. He can see like all these servant girls cooking or whatever. This big fat hideous butcher of a man like commanding and like doing all the meat work, and he just sees like a couple over in the corner getting up to nonsense. And he's like, oh fuck, all right, and he just like throws the servant girl down to the ground, and they leave rushing onwards.
We should go.
Yeah, let's find somewhere more private, she'll say, if anyone's like nearby to hear to them. Make their way off to complete the ruse. She's trying to like, she's pretty calculated and cold, and she's like KOGROM falling behind, but so be it. She's trying to at least get herself and, if possible, KOGROM out now.
Yep.
Excellent. Let's just take a quick break there, guys.
Okay, man. That's...
Oh, the tension unresolved.
This shit's so gnarly.
Nice.
Take a 1 minute break, guys.
Shit, I had no fucking clue. I was like, oh my goodness, you guys are loose in there. We've got no idea. I just sit like LOSTLER and I are just underneath that in that fucking tent, just pouring over
the
Matt.
rain.
Just sitting there, just like nodding back and forth, not even talking anymore. Like we've broached all the subjects there are to do, like it's already happened. Just
there's the subject of what to do with this place once we take it, Lord. It will need firm governance.
Yeah. We'll see how successful we are here. Indeed. Having two proper garrisons will be expensive. We'll have to get some trade going. And now that I think about it, I should have been making like persuasion rolls when I was sending those letters because I'm really good at that shit.
Oh yeah, I could have been aiding you.
Think about it.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I'll be back.
Yeah, we'll get it next time. I'm gonna run to the restroom.
Exactly. Yeah. So I mean, you could find good in every situation. I mean, there's really shitty situations, but like you can find.
Love it, man. Like it's all just going fine. You've won. You've gotten out, and then like, oh shit, here's a guard. Great.
Surprise! It's like, oh yeah, like that's a great plan. Like, yeah, we can also do this. And you're like, nope.
Yep. I just figure to keep the tension going or whatever, I had to have something happen. You guys are sitting around planning.
Yep.
It doesn't really make sense in that situation, I think.
Well, it's like we figured the jailer would be down in 7 hours.
Right. Yeah, I also think like you would have no real kind of understanding of how time has gone, because there's no like windows necessarily. It's looking dark and miserable. So it's just like, how long have we been here? Has it been an hour? Has it been 10 days?
Oh man, I'm back.
Excellent.
I love it when a character I'm playing is like at odds. You know, he doesn't have all the tools that characters typically have.
Right, it makes you think outside the box. Like when you're a fighter who's used to wearing heavy armor and having a big sword, and you don't have that stuff, it's like, okay.
Yeah, you got to use the surroundings and stuff that gets described as weapons.
Oh man, this is so classic. Yeah, it's so good.
All right, so outside of the castle, it's pissing rain, and you guys are sitting in the tent. What's going through your heads? Are you simply just waiting for Schaefer to return?
Yeah, after a while, as I said during the break, you know, it's probably been a half an hour at least since a word's been spoken, all conversation having been had. And we're just sitting there like white-knuckled in this tent. And then Weir would look up and he would say, how long is she supposed to be gone?
She was back by this time last eve, Lord.
And then he'll step outside of the tent and he's gonna just like raise a hand to kind of like shield his eyes from the rain, and he's gonna look out at the castle and see if there seems to be anything amiss. Or, I mean, obviously probably not, but he's just gonna wonder what's going on in there for a moment out in that rain. Yeah, I mean, I don't see what we could do. I do have an idea, Bruin. I mean, like, if we think that there might be something amiss, we could engage them in communications right now. But it's odd. It's an odd hour. Like, what time is it?
Evening, and it's raining.
Yeah.
Like how
More
evening?
traditionally,
Like,
like
is it?
morning or like sunset, I'd say, or daytime. You know, like within those hours.
It's probably around like 7:30, 8 o'clock.
And my men are probably tired, and our full strength isn't here. Yeah, I don't think there's anything we can do right now.
Okay. Yeah. Just wanted to check
if maybe if these guys can get us a signal of some sort or another, maybe we could do something. But yeah, that's it.
LOSTLER would be thinking of Schaefer, but only so far, and if she fails, what his next course of action will be, trying to remain like unemotional about it.
Yeah, perfect.
Boringly enough.
So you guys in the castle. I think you're coming out of the kitchens. You would see Leofric like limping behind you now, garbed as a jailer.
Okay. I'd probably have him take the jailer costume off. Right, for now. Because that would probably raise more questions than we want.
Yeah, just a cloak would suffice.
All I have on is a cloak.
Right, you actually weren't wearing a costume. You just told them you were jailer. Yeah, it's fine.
Okay. All right. So we would probably want to get out of here.
Schaefer would know that the way that she came in was to go through the Great Hall, and then through the kitchens, and then down to the dungeons.
Yeah, we want the quickest way out, right?
Yeah. What time is it?
You haven't seen outside, so you wouldn't know.
You said 8?
Well, we would ask Shifra.
Oh yeah, she would know. She'd say it's like 8 o'clock ish.
Yeah.
So we're just the other side of the kitchens, and the guards went off another way.
Yes, so they went back into the Great Hall. So they came in one side. They came in on like the left-hand side, and they went through some of the corridors looking or whatever, and they didn't find you guys, and they returned to the Great Hall. But basically, that's the way out of here. You know, the way you come in is through the Great Hall.
Right.
I'd ask Shiafra if she caught sight of where they store the food, whether it's near the kitchen or somewhere else.
Oh, I didn't see.
Okay.
But yeah, you would assume there's like a big pantry or something near the kitchen.
Okay. I mean, he'd probably look while we're here.
Sure.
See if you can find like the grain stores or something.
The big butchery man.
With, like, cheese or anything.
Turns to look. What the fuck are you doing here? The
Fuck
food's
off,
coming.
I'm looking for a spot. Never mind. He's acting drunk, like he's trying to look for a spot to go off on his own.
He gets this big cleaver that he's just like fuck hacking into a pig with. Fuck. The food's fucking coming.
Yeah,
Go back
you
out.
All right. Jeez. And he would just follow Schiffer out the way she came in, I guess.
Leofric would do the same, kind of like walking along with them.
Lloyd, what does she have any idea of any alternate routes that would avoid the Great Hall?
I wouldn't think so. She didn't get much of a chance to explore the Great Hall. She like went straight to the dungeon. So like she went right through the Great Hall, past the kitchens, and then down into the dungeons.
Okay.
But like all of these, like the dungeon, the kitchen stuff, they're all like if you can like see the map, and it's a bit blurry because my laggy or whatever. Like the Great Hall is like on the side of the cliff, and then like in the cliff itself, underneath is where like the dungeons and the kitchens and shit would be.
Okay.
So like not visible on the map, but like down underneath the Great Hall and the keep itself.
So it would appear we have to walk through the Great Hall. Or we could find a hidey hole.
You said there was another direction. It was like left and right or whatever. One went to the kitchen and then the other way went somewhere else.
Schaefer didn't go that way.
Did it go up or down?
Went
I've
up.
noticed.
It just they both went up. So like it's all kind of stairs and corridors back here, all leading up from the dungeons, because the dungeons are pretty much at the lowest point.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, you'd want to get out of here as soon as possible, I guess.
Yep. So Leofric, even though he's a seasoned veteran of war, he's not experienced this sort of abuse. So his resolve is breaking a bit, and he's beginning to not panic, but because of he's getting a sense of urgency, so he just kind of gets in close to you, KOGROM, and says, "We must quickly get out of here, or hide someplace before he disguises we are found." And you just see, just a flash of panic before he kind of, gets the better of himself.
Yeah, KOGROM would have this wouldn't have been taking a long time. He would have looked to the pantry and tried to look for something, but after that he would have just wanted to go.
Mm-hmm.
He isn't standing there planning anything.
Yep, there's stairs leading up from the kitchens, and then you come into a landing, and there's a big dramatic door that leads into the Great Hall. There is also a spiral staircase to your right, and then a hall that leads, or a corridor that leads across to another big door into the Great Hall, and then another spiral staircase.
They both go up.
They both go up, yeah.
From what Schiffer can tell, are we inside the castle walls or the keep itself?
Keep. Definitely the keep.
Okay. Which way, Schiffer?
The quickest way is through the hall. I don't know that if we go up that there'll be another exit. I haven't seen. Like two Ironborn kind of run past you, looking around for the prisoners. They run right past you.
KOGROM would act drunk.
Yep, they don't even look at you twice. They just run past. They just assume you're standing brazenly in the open, so they're just obviously prisoners wouldn't do that. So they just run past you looking for the prisoners.
These are not the droids you were looking for.
I say we just pass through the Great Hall.
Do as they are doing.
Let's do it.
Yeah, let's run and like we're looking for them.
Yeah. That's a good idea.
Excellent. Then you can each give me a deception. Sheep was fine. She's been through here already.
Boom. You can see my rolls on bones, right?
I can indeed, yeah.
Yes.
That's not a happy face there.
No.
Yeah.
No, it's not.
Yeah, I got a 6.
Okay.
Can I give him my inspiration?
Sorry, guys.
You used it, right?
I thought I got inspiration earlier down in the jail cell when I slew that jailer. No.
I think you used it to kill him, I think.
Oh, no, I used it to kill him, but I thought I got it at some later point. But if I didn't, then no. I do not have inspiration.
Name a lord. So you're moving through the Great Hall quickly, like with purpose, and like moving past people and stuff, and trying to look like you're looking for prisoners. And you can see like it is a really great hall, bigger than the one in Pale Watch. It's got this huge like stage at the back, where there's like a big huge table and like these big fluttering banners of a many-headed serpent, sort of grey on black, and yeah, there's a bunch of fancy-looking, I guess, Ironborn sitting at the top there, and then there's dudes all over the Great Hall drinking and feasting and stuff. And as you're kind of walking through, KOGROM, you hear a chuckle from the table at the top. Fucking Greenlanders.
Well, run.
You want to stop?
Run! I start running. I don't know if he notices the other two.
Okay. Roll initiative.
Oh shit! It took a turn,
Fuck
guys.
my life.
It took a turn.
Does it look like he's noticed that I'm with him, or do I just blend in with the other guys searching?
Looks like you've blended in. It's just like he's noticed KOGROM just like walking brazenly through the place, and just has begun chuckling.
Okay, I'm just gonna kind of. LEOFRIC's just gonna kind of step back a little bit to kind of blend in with the other guys, just real quickly, because I'm thinking of something, but I'll wait and see what happens here.
What's your initiative, gents?
Oh.
16.
Good luck, guys.
Good luck.
I think I know what the girl's gonna do.
Don't roll an initiative.
He's gonna peek the fuck out, right?
Gone.
Okay. Yeah. So you start to run and chaos just erupts. People start like flipping over tables and pulling weapons and stuff. How's the place lit? Oh, okay. So it's like there's like braziers and stuff, and there's also like sconces on the walls, candles on tables. It's well lit.
Perfect.
You're first, LEOFRIC.
So I would just quickly, LEOFRIC would just quickly into, what's her name?
Shifra?
Shifra?
Yeah, Shifra. I would just quickly whisper in her ear, "Get yourself out of here." And I would just try to, as just because I'm still hit. I believe that I'm still hidden because there was that reaction to KOGROM.
Right.
I want to get as close to one of those large fiery braziers as possible, and that's just what I'm going to do with my turn. If it takes me, I mean, I'm just going to like do it casually.
Fly casual.
I think she's calling you to like come with her and like use the chance now to escape. But if you seem resolute, she'll flee.
Well, I guess just as I look quickly, if I tipped one over, do I think that it would be sufficient to start a fire?
It's a stone floor.
Oh shit! And there's not straw.
There's
straw
tables,
thrown across it.
There'd be some straw. There's tables that might go on fire, but you think it's big enough that it probably wouldn't.
Yeah.
You know, the place.
I would.
The castle.
Okay. This is what LEOFRIC's gonna do. He says he whispers like this like promise and apology at the same time. He says, "KOGROM, I have to get out of here, and but I will be back." And I would go with her. I would hit the distraction of KOGROM being found to get out into the storm.
Okay, KOGROM.
All right. Shit, man. I'm gonna run for the main doors and try to close them and put like a fireplace poker into the handles. Try to buy myself some time.
You want to run out and close them?
I mean, I figure most of the men are going to be inside with the rain.
Okay. I just want to be sure because so you want to run out of the doors, close them, and then try and like put the so you run, and I'm going to need you to make a strength check to pull these huge doors closed. And unfortunately, because of your exhaustion, you have disadvantage. But rage, you could rage.
I'm going to rage.
So just a normal strength check.
Yes.
All right. Fuck my life. Here we go. Do or die right now. Yes, baby.
Nice. Yeah.
5.
So you like raggedy breaths run, and you pull like these big doors shut behind you, and they grind across the stone, and you can pull them closed. And now they're too big to put a fire poker through. Like it wouldn't. Like the handles are way too far apart.
I stuff the axe underneath it, just as like a doorstop.
Yeah.
The hand axe.
You hear a voice from inside. Get them! And then you see from the other door, 30 Ironborn run out into the courtyard.
Shit! There's another door.
Yeah, there's 2 big doors coming out of this place. The same way that comes in from the kitchen, there's like 2 big doors leading into the Great Hall. And followed, are followed by a couple of these dudes in like gleaming chainmail with big axes.
He's such a bastard.
After them comes the priest with the seaweed in his hair. And then another 10 other Ironborn run out. They heft weapons of varying types, like throwing axes, javelins, and they just say, "Stop."
This is like that time with the ship, Lloyd.
Mm-hmm.
That is so hilarious that there was a second door. He was so dramatic.
That's an important information.
KOGROM's all proud of himself, like, yeah, I did that.
God,
the camera is like behind him and looking directly at the door as he shuts it, and then it just turns, and there's another door right there.
Oh,
he you turn to leave. You're like, oh shit.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, exactly. Do I see any hay bales like near anything flammable? I don't know.
It's pissing rain.
God damn, you guys.
Okay, they're all coming from like one side, right? I'm gonna sprint for the stairs on the opposite side away from them.
Okay, excellent. So what's that?
And like throw stuff, like if I can get up on the stairs, I'm gonna try to throw like that are like lying along it, like barrels or anything, just try to make some rough terrain behind me.
Are you
going to climb the stairs?
Are you trying to go up onto one of the walls? Is that what you're doing?
Yep.
Okay.
Okay, yeah. So you can, if you come out there on the left, you can go to the right where that big, huge tower is, in that direction, or like towards the big Barbican gate thing. I think.
And I'm trying to break line of sight.
Yeah. Okay.
If possible.
Yeah. So you begin sprint. What your movement speed is half, right? So what's your? It's.
It would be 20 for like just movement. So am I able to break line of sight in 20 feet?
No.
No. Then I'll sprint for the stairs with my 40 feet.
Okay, yeah. You sprint, you're knackered. You haven't eaten in like over a week properly, just like moldy bread and salt water. So you're dizzy as you begin to run. The camera pans to ORAN SALTCLIFFE, who's like sitting inside, and he just like takes this dirk and he just stabs it into a piece of raw meat and brings it up to his teeth. And he just like eats it in there. The sailors, this big mass of Ironborn, just begin sprinting in the direction that you had gone, and they can see you like up the stairs, and you're like up the stairs. I can imagine you like turned around with like the weapon. You actually threw the axe on the ground, didn't you? But with your broken sword in hand, and they just like look up and they shake their head and they say, "We're supposed to take you alive. Yield."
So I'm on the stairs and they're like pointing their weapons at me on the stairs, or? Yeah,
you're like 30 feet up the stairs.
Okay.
And there's like a big bunch of them down there massed, and they've got like axes or whatever that they could throw if they thought it was necessary. But one of them just calls out, "We're supposed to take you alive. Yield."
Yeah, fuck that. KOGROM would rather die than be used as a bargaining chip. He would be using the crenellations as cover if he can. On the stairs.
Yes. It'll give you +2 AC. So what is your AC?
With unarmored, it would be con plus dex, so 15.
+2, so 17, right?
Yep.
Good luck.
Yeah, God.
Okay, 1 and a crit.
All right. What is life?
Baby, don't hurt me.
Don't hurt me.
No more.
It'll be 29.
Ow!
Woo!
But you're raging.
Holy
so.
shit.
Yep, you are raging.
Yeah, I am raging.
Roll me a d20.
So 29 divided by 2. That'd be 14?
Yeah.
Okay. I took that. Dial one up.
Roll me that dank crit.
7?
Internal injury. Oh, this is the fucking worst.
God damn it!
You cannot catch a break. Yeah, so you make a DC 15 con save, or you can't act.
Oh, fuck!
So
Alright.
That was the first 10 that threw axes.
Alright.
The remaining ones will advance towards you. Let's see. They won't be able to get to you, though. Yeah, so they'll close to within like 10 feet of you, but they won't be able to actually catch you.
How close is he to the top of the wall?
Like another 30 up to the top of the staircase.
Jesus.
Now this is an outside wall, so you could potentially jump off, but yeah.
That's what I'm thinking.
The Huskarls move forward and they have javelins.
No.
God damn it, man! Those the sailors.
That was just a sailor.
Another crit.
It's another crit.
Shit.
A little salty.
You'll take
Out the
5
door.
total.
I'm pretty salty.
You'll take 10 halves of 5, and you want me to do 20, please? Kogron's making a habit of this, man. Just like impossible odds. It's great.
Getting critted. Oh fuck!
Oh,
God damn it!
Dead.
What did he roll? Oh.
Lose a foot.
Does anyone have inspiration?
No.
I don't have it, man. I didn't.
I gave mine away.
I gave mine away.
Yeah.
Lose a foot or leg.
Oh shit. You're fucking dead, dude.
God.
He's done.
This world.
Speed is halved. You have to use a cane or crutch.
Does
to
that
move.
make sense? I'd rather give up a hand than a leg.
No.
And I think, I mean, he's like in cover. Like, how does that even make
Yeah,
sense?
I guess like a javelin like flies and just like thunks into your foot, but it can be a hand. I mean, it's your choice.
Yeah, I'll take a hand.
Okay. You can no longer hold anything with 2 hands. You can only hold a single object at a time. All right, so yeah, you're like, I can imagine you like lift a hand to protect yourself, and a javelin just goes right through, out the other side. The priest walks behind the assembled, and he just points. He says, "Alive!" And then the reavers move to the back. They can't get anywhere near you. It's a swarm of men. It's your turn.
Alright. Ah,
You
shit.
can do it, KOGROM. I believe in you. Your Lord
All
believes
right.
in you. You will retire and become a drill sergeant. Get fat. It's gonna be good. Just live, brother. Just live.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to get to the top of the wall. Guess that's a con save, right?
Con save, yeah. Now, does exhaustion give you disadvantage on saves or is it ability checks?
No, it's checks.
Okay.
If he fails, he's dead. Probably. Oh, yes! Crits!
Maybe.
Well, that doesn't change anything, but
Nice.
it
Lord.
encapsulates my feelings.
Okay, what would you do?
Yeah, he runs to the top of the wall and jumps off.
Fuck yes, so epic.
Sir.
Inspiration, my lord. So all these dudes are like trying to chase you down, and you're just like, fuck this, and you just like without looking leap over the wall. Okay.
You just hear him say, "Fuck." Echo.
Bam, 17. As you thunk.
Damage?
Yeah.
Was that into the water?
No, he's
Yeah,
jumping
it was
onto
into
the,
the
no, you're on the other side. So you're jumping off the side with. Oh shit! You are jumping into the water. Fuck
Oh,
me,
I
damn.
thought I was jumping into the water.
Oh man, that's even worse though. It's way further.
It's way further. Maybe you
It's
could do
way,
like
but I'm jumping into the water though.
Yes. Okay. So I think you won't take damage, but you are going to be in the water during a storm.
Yeah.
That's probably like 120 feet that you're falling into the water there.
Hey, the good thing is you have.
Hey Lloyd. On the other hand, I think I actually jumped on the land. I think that makes a little more sense.
No, I think you ran this way. No, it definitely is the water.
I would have been running. Yeah, I would have been running away from him. So I guess it would be the water.
all I remember is you said he could go towards the wall by the big tower.
Yes.
That's what I read.
That's what the water is. Yeah.
So yeah, that's
Actually, you have
water.
a choice. You can either jump into the water, or you can jump down from that wall into like the second courtyard there.
The second courtyard.
Like in the middle.
Is the gate to that courtyard open or closed or broken or whatever?
Oh,
What does he remember about that?
The gate in the
The
middle.
second gate, not the main one. Yeah.
It was smashed when you came here.
Then yeah, I jumped down there.
Okay. Okay, so then it'll be 30 feet. Much more manageable.
Yeah, that's definitely more manageable.
Okay, 6.
Rolls.
All right, yeah. You land and you roll. Okay. Oran continues eating his raw meat in the Great Hall. The sailors see you jump off the wall and they're like, what the fuck? Somewhat confused. Some of them run up to the top of the wall to kind of look and see where you are. They look over the side where the water is and they see you're not, they don't see you down there. I'm going to make them do a perception check to see if they can spot you. Yep, they can. They rolled a 19. So like, there's a bunch of them up
That's
there.
a break.
Yeah, I know. one of like they're all like looking down at the water. They're like, "Fuck, did he jump?" And one of them's like, "No, he's over here." And they all like turn. And they don't have anything that they can throw far enough. I guess they could throw the axe at disadvantage.
Skill check is an action, Lord.
You're quite correct. Yeah, they shout that you're down there. The Huskarls are going to beat feet in that direction. Let's see. So they run into the gatehouse. Okay, yeah, they seem to be like in the gatehouse. Maybe they run in that direction. The priest comes to the top of the wall and like looks and sees you, and just like shakes his head. And the reavers are going to run through the gatehouse as well. And it's your turn.
Now,
Are the stables out here, or were they back in the castle?
Stables are in the front section, so you'll have to go through another gatehouse to get to the stables.
All right, he's gonna go through the broken gate, hopefully.
Yep. So the second, so give me a con save.
Oh right, because he has to do that.
God damn.
Fuck yes, he's powering through. Adrenaline's hitting.
Nice.
24, I think. 24.
Okay, nice, perfect. And you can move 40, is that right?
Yeah, all up.
Okay. Yeah, so he's been sprinting. So you get to like the top of the stairs there. And the sailors begin to move back down to get down to the gatehouse because they're not going to jump off this wall then at maniacs like you. I
had no choice but to be a maniac.
So the gate that the Huskarls are in is broken, like you had said. They all seem to be broken apart from the front one. You guys would know on the outside that the front one is not broken. It's been recently repaired, but they haven't fixed the rest. So they move through. So they're not going to be able to catch you, I don't think. They can dash to get in range of you. You just hear like shunk, shunk, shunk as they dash with their chainmail, just like 4 or 5 feet away from you. The priest can stand on top of the wall. The reavers follow the Huskarls, and then Leofric, what are you doing all this time?
So Leofric kind of watches the chaos erupt as he's standing next to LOSTLER's little pigeon, and we're just kind of use that distraction to make our way across the courtyard. And I guess I would use my knowledge of like keeps and whatnot, and where would the nearest sally port be? And I would want us to kind of spirit our way out of sally port while unfortunately KOGROM is causing this big distraction for us. Thank you,
Nice.
Cobra.
Like a rabbit in a greyhound race right now.
So you can make either a history or a perception to spot a Sally port.
Okay, good. Let me see.
Now, can I make a perception check to see if I can hear the ruckus over the storm from where I am?
You can make it with disadvantage.
Okay, yeah, I'm going to do it.
Yeah, 19 on that history. I mean, perception.
Man, I wish I had inspiration to get rid of that one, but dang.
You're like, everything's fine.
It is a rather large storm, Lord.
Starts thundering.
Okay, so yeah, Leofric, you can spot or kind of figure out from your knowledge of castles that this is near the Grey Keep. There'd definitely be a Sally Port around here somewhere, and you can see that in the wall there is in fact one nearby. You're able to get in there. There's a stairway up and then a stairway back down that leads into like a looks like a sewer grate or something, but you can come out that way.
Okay.
Man.
Just cinematically, what I would do is like maybe just as I'm finding the Sally Port, I just look one last time, and it's just as KOGROM is like just is running. He's like grabbing at his hand, and he just leaps from the wall and disappears from my sight.
Yeah, perfect.
Yeah, and so I have no idea what his fate is. I'm probably assuming he's. Imagine Leofric would. I would assume that he's dead, and we would just go. I said, "Move, girl. We cannot help him now." And maybe something along the lines of let his sacrifice not be in vain. And we would get out of there.
All right, KOGROM, your turn.
I'm gonna run.
Make a con save.
All right. 19.
The gods, they're with you. Okay, you can run 40 feet, get to the stable. You can see a bunch of horses saddled up there. You can even see your nice horse saddled up there.
Oh yeah, with my great sword that I can't use anymore.
No, the sword and your arms are not there, but the horse is there.
All right, yeah, I hop on it.
Excellent.
If I can.
Oren raises an eyebrow, wondering why you haven't been brought back in yet. But nonetheless, just continues chewing on raw meat. The sailors are going to move through the gate. The Huskarls are going to get to you, and they're going to attack you.
Oh, fuck. Here we go. All right.
2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, shit. 15 AC?
Yes.
Fuck me dead.
They all hit, right?
You didn't get any crit.
They all hit, yeah.
Yeah.
Did some of them attack the horse?
No! Don't attack the horse!
Oh,
Attack me!
well.
I'm the big scary man.
Oh, Jesus.
I've got the tough feet, so hopefully that'll help out.
61?
Oh, Jesus!
They all have great axes.
Oh my god, I'm at 1 now!
Get the fuck out of here.
Are you serious?
61 divided by 2 is 30, and I was at 31.
Oh my goodness, that's incredible.
Is he gonna make it at
Oh
1
my
HP?
god!
That's amazing. Yeah, so they run up to you and they all just swing these big axes just like thunk into your sides, into your legs. Just like thunk, thunk, thunk. But you're like blood drunk and like unable to be stopped. You don't know what the priest is doing anymore. The Reavers follow the Huskarls, and they heft throwing axes, and they look at you, and they kind of think, "Is he gonna stop?" And one of them calls out, "It's over! Yield!"
He would probably kick the horse to go and expect to be like put down while on the horse. He would lean forward to try to like put his weight so that he doesn't immediately fall off when he's hit. Like wrap his arm in the reins.
Uh-huh. You will take 16 as the horse begins to
down.
build. So the rest is a blur. The rest is unknown what happens. Leofric, you were able to get out into the rain with Shiafra, and you can make your way in the distraction easily to the woods where Shiafra will bring you back. And you'll see like a tent there and men you recognize.
Yeah, so I would immediately want to go to. Leofric would definitely want to go to Lord Weir's tent, and he wouldn't even like ask permission. He would just kind of push in past any guards that were outside it, and he would have that determined look on his face that would say, "Don't even fucking try to stop me."
Yeah, they know better. Many of them like clap you on the shoulder, like, "It's good to see you again, brother."
Mm-hmm. Having heard your approach, the Lord would be on his feet as this tent flap was opened. It'd actually probably be LOSTLER's tent, but yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So maybe what would Leofric would just say, "Where is the Lord?" And so he would be pointing to LOSTLER's tent. So that's the tent I would go in. And immediately I would say, "I've won my freedom, but KOGROM was set upon. It is by his actions that I was able to get free with," and I imagine Sophros with me, that we were able to get free. If
Lord
we move
Weir,
quickly. Shit.
Go ahead.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I was just
Lord
gonna say,
Weir. I'm gonna go. I'm the Lord, motherfucker. Lord Weir is already standing, and he looks at you and he says, "Is there any chance he escaped?" Just cuts you off.
Right as you say that, there's like a flashback to the last image that Leofric had of KOGROM before he fled through the Sally Port, which is KOGROM like bloodied and off of the wall, and he looks up at you as the vision kind of closes out, and he says, "Most likely he's a pretty tough bastard."
The Lord would interrupt you.
"Lord,
once more.
give me." And Leofric actually interrupts you, which is
Oh
not common.
shit! Go for it.
And he says, "We don't have time for this. He has created quite a disturbance in the keep. Now would be a good time to bring your men across." Wait, was the gate? I don't know if the gate was open. Never mind. But you would just see on Leofric's face, you would just see that it's drawn. I mean, his cheeks are sunken in. Oh, actually, one of his cheeks is sunken in. The other one's just cleaved right through, and it's actually pretty. It's devastated the right side of his face, and like this, his saliva is running down, and he just knows he can't control it, and he just looks tired and beaten. So, he would look like a crazed man, I guess, to you.
Yeah. So after you had he would have been like snapped to attention, about to bark an order to one of the lieutenants there, and then as you interrupt him, he snaps his eyes back to you, hears you out, and you'd see him calculate. He's looking at your face, and he's taking it in for a moment, and almost just the surprise of your face is what spares you from him stopping you in mid-sentence, and then after you said your piece, he would turn back and give the order. He would say, "Send men out on fast horses and dark cloaks. If KOGROM made it out, I want to know. Also, find out the condition of their gatehouse. If it will do to attack tonight, we shall." And then I'll turn and I'll look to LOSTLER, and I'll approach him, and I'll slap him on the shoulder, and I'll say, "The girl did good. Good work."
Thank you, my lord.
Oh no, I'm not addressing the girl. I'm addressing LOSTLER. He gets the praise.
I'll thank him on her behalf, and I'll lean in close, but I'll say quietly, "My lords, do not attack. They are aroused and at alert. If we attack in a rainstorm with 20 men or whatever, we don't even have our full force here. We have no ladders or the like. It'll be make
I
KOGROM
say-
sacrifice in vain and slaughter, please.
In a hushed tone, I say fuck, I lost the goddamn word. I have no intention to do so, he says. I only did it to humor our wounded friend.
Excellent. I'll go off at hasten to carry out your orders.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then a medical assistant for Lionel immediately. I doubt I brought the maester. So whoever I did bring, I'm assuming I'd have brought somebody who at least knows how to.
Yeah,
What you would see, what you would see on LEOFRIC is that he doesn't have any bodily injury, but he just looks exhausted and like dehydrated and emaciated. So it's more of a
yes. Tim, and I would tend to get real stern. Like I would take a moment with whoever was going to tend to him, and I'll say, "You treat him well, like family. You hear me?"
Aye, Lord.
I says, "I have every confidence in your skill," and I'll give him a nod, and I'll turn kind of like joyously, like I give a little like fist pump to myself as like I turn and walk away. And just like, yeah, we're making some fucking progress here. And then urgently, I await news. I'm actually going to get on a horse and ride out. Not all the way out with the people I send. I'll go probably to like a little hill where I can kind of like watch them spill down and then up into towards the keep. From there, with no torch and cloaked in black as well.
Yeah, you'll be able to see from where you are that the front gate has been recently repaired. There's an iron portcullis, and there are torches lit on the top, or in sconces like braziers, and men moving about the top of it.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
You can see men moving along most of the walls. I mean, very sparsely, but they're kind of covering all of the side that points out towards land, combing the place, obviously realizing the other prisoner is gone.
Okay, so there's some Ironborn out on the.
No, they're on the walls.
Okay, they're all on the walls. All right, cool. Yep. And then I just eagerly stand up there, like trying to see through, like pulling my cloak up and trying to see through the rain as my riders like descend down and then up at the approach to try to find KOGROM if he somehow made it out of there somehow.
Yeah, they can report back to you a while later. There's no sign of KOGROM, and that they can see the front gate fortified and ready. The place seems alert, like they've been roused to alertness by the escape.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And I'll turn to the men and I'll thank them. Thank you for your swift service. This is a victory nonetheless tonight. A victory for House Weir. The heart endures, and then I'll return to look over my fallen knight, who at one point I had a feud with, but now in his current state, all of that has been set aside, at least for a time.
Yeah, the guy who's looking after him he'd be giving you fresh water and some bread, and he would say small bites, little sips. You'll throw up otherwise.
Yeah, so LEOFRIC just very weakly it almost like turns to like sawdust in his mouth as he's trying to eat, and when he gets the water, most of it dribbles out down along the part of his ruined cheek and chin, so the guy tilts his head to the side so that as he dribbles water down in there, it actually most of it gets down inside.
Gross inspiration.
Yeah.
It's so gross.
Yeah, I wish I could get an image of that. I wish I could draw, because I would draw how nasty this freaking wound looks on his face.
So what's the plan, gentlemen?
Well, for Leofric, he would finally actually drift off to a sleep that he has not had in well over 7 days. I mean, he would just like drift right off.
Yeah, I think the adrenaline probably carried you out of there, but once you thought you were safe, you would just be lights out.
Yeah, that's why he collapsed. Yeah. He was just like, everything was spent. He was done.
I'll make sure we're prepared for a counterattack or like a vengeful act from the forces in the keep, just in case they sally. So I'll remain vigilant through the night with double the guard, just in case. And I'll stay on my horse Sly.
Yeah, no attack comes through the night. And at about 4 a.m, the rain ceases, and dawn comes cold and clear.
Oh man, this shit's fucking dank as hell, man. Like the
so it's deliciously bleak.
So first things first, I'm going to check on Leofric, see how he's doing. How injured is he? Like, can he walk? Could he be effective?
Yeah, he just needs a rest. I guess he would have gotten. I mean, if you wait until if you wait till like 6 a.m. or 7, he'll have gotten a full rest.
Yeah, so I think I'll use the wee hours for like planning and logistics stuff. I want to see what's going on in White Claw. I want to send a runner to White Claw to find out if there's been any news about the Glovers, and then wait for while they're doing that shit. Wait for Sir Leofric to respite a little bit more.
Yep.
Yeah, I wouldn't. Leofric would not wake on his own, as tired as he is. So it would actually, I would at least see for at least through most of the next day, unless someone wakes him. I imagine he would be. I would sleep through it. The body is just so beaten. I mean, even if I wake just for a quick drink or repast, I would quickly drift back off to sleep.
Mm-hmm. Okay, yeah. If he wants to rest, we'll let him rest. We're not going to force him up. Yeah. So, what is the state? Like, how far out are the levies? It's another day, or
they'll probably arrive today at some stage. You would reckon in the afternoon.
I'll ride back to them then and leave if that's cool with you, Igor.
Yeah, if you want to spur them on, or
yep.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Sure. Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, it'll take you maybe 2 or 3 hours on horse to get to the levies. You'll see they do look tired. They march through the night because they know that it's urgent, but they're still moving. There'll be a gruff sergeant at the front on a horse. He'll see your approach, my lord.
Yeah, send word. The men are to have an hour's respite, for pity's sake, and we'll march to the forest until nightfall.
As you say,
we must get there. Oh, the Lord has arrived. We'll reconvene with the knights there. Thank you for your service.
Hold! He like screams, bellows. There's like a as the levy stops, and you just see people like farmers and stuff throwing down spears and shields and just like falling onto the ground.
What did you do? I spaced out there for a second. Okay.
I'll move about and hand out some food, some of my own stores to these men, just try and hearten them as they're resting. And once an hour on the dot has gone by, raise them up to march again. Intent now to get to Lord Weir as quickly as possible.
Yeah. Yeah, you think it'll probably take 4 hours maybe.
Cool. I'll ride alongside the sergeant, just get a measure of the men as we go, but that's all I want to do.
Okay.
Cool.
Yeah, so morning would stretch into noon.
Yeah, and while he's off doing this, you left the girl behind, I'm assuming? I would have I would have asked you to.
She needed to rest.
Yeah, I would have her, once she was rested, I would have her brief me on the castle so I get understanding of everything she knows about what the layout inside and whatnot.
Yeah.
So that I could know
she
the
would say
inner stuff and all that.
the front gate is heavily defended, and has been recently repaired and stuff. There is even small siege engines atop the front gate, like ballista. Just one. And then the inner gates are still broken. They haven't repaired the portcullises, or portculli, maybe, I don't know. The gates themselves, they haven't repaired that in the inner sections. But it is still like a serious choke point, and they do have, she reckons, from what she saw about 70 or so Ironborn in there. But that's just to what she saw. She didn't go into towers, she didn't go into gatehouses, so she doesn't really know.
And did they have any ships?
She didn't go over to that side of the castle to look down. It was too dark to see.
Okay. We need to know that. Okay. Yeah. I think I'm getting ready to send an envoy out there. How's the castle looking? Is it still, are they all abuzz on the parapets still, or?
Not a buzz, but it's definitely still manned.
Okay. Well, I think, I think I want to time it so that, I guess I think I want to time it so that I'm going to send an envoy out around the time when I think that our levy is going to sort of get there or be near close to it. So I'll probably wait like 3 hours or so, and then send an envoy out there to engage in negotiations with these dudes.
Excellent. KOGROM, you awaken. You are in shoulder deep, ice cold water. And you have been chained by the neck, or actually with a rope by the neck, to a rock. You seem to be in some sort of cave, and there's like ice cold water, like up to your shoulders. And there's 3 Ironborn. One of them is one of the Huskarls, sitting, and they're just like talking quietly as you come to.
He's silent.
Yeah.
He wants to listen. He doesn't want to alert them that he's woken up.
Yep, no problem. They're just bullshitting. One of them's like, "Did you see how I fucking got him in the side of the head?" Just like that kind of shit. But yeah, you were not in fact dead. But you don't feel well, that's for sure.
Yep.
Okay, so you wanted to send an envoy, is that right, Lord Igor? You muted there, buddy.
Yeah. So I mean, we're gonna meet. So yeah, we're gonna arrange the terms and the location of our meeting. So we wanted probably on that nice hill that I was looking at them from, so that we have visibility all around. Make sure nobody's gonna try to swoop in and murder us or us them.
Yeah, so you send a guy with a white flag to the gate, and he says, "Lord Igor Weir is here to negotiate for the release of the captives." And there's like a mumble atop the wall or whatever. And he's, the reply is basically, "Yes, we'll send out 3. You send 3, and we'll have a discussion on the hill before the castle."
Excellent. So by the time he makes it back to me, LOSTLER should be showing up.
Yep.
With the rest of the men. Yeah. And as you return, I'll tell you, we have initiated negotiations. I'd like to at least find out if KOGROM lives.
Very well,
God
Lord.
damn it.
I'm at your service. The levies are tired and will need rest before being able to do battle. You can see men like filing either side of us, making their way wearily to tents.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yep. Let the men rest. And if all goes well, we won't need them today.
Nonetheless,
And-
we'll have the night stand vigil over them, all 27 of them, or whatever it is, 37.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So I assume it's you three that are going to negotiations.
So now I think it would
Is
be
that what?
I think it would be a slap to their face to bring the guy like who just escaped. Like I don't think we have his armor, but we could at least put him in fine clothing and bring him back. But yeah. So Lord Weir will like go to the tent where Sir Leofric is lying, and he'll kind of take a look in there and see if he thinks the guy is up for it. I'm not gonna like disturb him if he's super comped out though.
Yeah. So as you enter Leofric's tent, he kind of looks wearily up at you, and then having more of his wits about him, he kind of quickly stands up and says, "Pardon, my lord, I did not mean to misspeak the other evening." And he wipes the drool from his chin, and he seems to be a bit self-conscious of it. He says, "What is it the Lord wishes me and of me?" And he kind of wipes again at his chin.
This is Sir Leofric. We go now to negotiate the release of KOGROM. I would offer you a seat at that negotiation. Perhaps the sight of you will spur them.
If the Lord wishes it, and I would be honored. I must merely get ready.
Yes, I will have some help sent in for you. And yeah, sorry about the cat, guys. He's decided to go berserk. But God damn it, Nico. Yeah, so I'll send some attendants to help him get cleaned up and all suited up. And then yeah, I'll turn to see like the look on Jostler's face. Does he look like he approves of this or not?
Nah, it's like he's got a mouthful of acid.
Right. Oh, Lostler was with you?
If he was.
Lostler probably was close by, I imagine, because the camp only like just the night before was a tiny little like it was for like 20 men, and it had like so it's a small like little thing. He probably saw me go into the tent. I come out of the tent. And he's like, he probably thinks he's a smart guy. He probably knows what I'm up to.
So as Lord Weir turns and leaves the tent, Leofric kind of looks down at his hand, his missing finger, and he feels the ruined side of his face, and then he sits back down on his cot as he looks out the flaps of his tent towards this keep where KOGROM, his brother in arms, more likely than not died, and the reality of what he has done kind of just settles in on him, and he just kind of just puts his head down into his hands and just sits there and just weeps quietly. Yeah.
Oh man! A few minutes later, an attendant comes into the tent, bringing with him clean folded finery. Sits them down on top of a chair, and on top of it, right there, like on the folded, finely closed, there's the Weirwood ring that was taken off of your finger. And the attendant would turn to you and ask you if you needed help dressing.
Yeah, Leofric, as the attendant comes in, he turns his head the opposite way, and he wipes the tears from his eyes, and he says, "I could still manage that. Thank you." And waits for the attendant to leave before he stands and gets ready to meet his lord. And that's what I would do. just get ready and meet you out at the rendezvous point, the tent, LOSTLER's tent or yours.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you guys can ride up to the point with the white flag, and coming from the gate as it like cranks up, 3 men will come out. You recognize one as ORAN SALTCLIFFE. You, LEOFRIC, would recognize the priest who was with him. And then one particularly gruff-looking huscarl. And they'll ride and they'll, stop at about 10 feet away from you guys. And ORAN will like sit cockily with his hands like folded across the saddle. Well, you got out. It's a very selfish thing that you did. Your friend paid for it.
No, I don't think that I would reveal myself. I would be just dressed pretty normal, and I'd probably have my face concealed, at least for now, as they're doing their negotiation.
Okay.
I just want to keep that just in case.
Yeah. Okay. Well, in that case, he would look to you, Lord Weir, and he would say, "Lord Weir," throwing his hands wide. "A pleasure to make your acquaintance."
And I will say, I wish it were a pleasant occasion indeed, sir. What was this man's name again? Lord
ORAN SALTCLIFFE.
ORAN. Let me write that down real quick so I don't fuck it up again. ORAN SALTCLIFFE. Lord SALTCLIFFE.
Yeah.
Your letter and evidence suggested that you held 2 of my knights in captive. Is this true?
Indeed. They walked into my castle, uninvited.
Mm-hmm. Oh my goodness. But surely you understand, SALTCLIFFE, that these lands belong to House Weir.
Well, we might have a slight disagreement there. This castle was empty, open for the taking.
That's not how land rights work, sir.
No, you weren't defending them, and we have taken them.
This was a heritage site, a historical site. It is on my land, and it was kept in its current state for historical value. It does not mean that you can just come and take as you please, even though I know you Ironborn believe that to be your way.
He smiles, and the guy with the seaweed in his hair, he says, "We paid the iron price for it, and now it belongs to us."
Oh, what? You mean you rowed your boats to my shore and walked into an empty keep and squatted there, pissing and shitting about its halls to call it your own?
We killed
that is not
many
the iron
men,
price,
Lord.
You killed a few men who came to survey this land. No more. These aren't the same people, are they? Than the people we fought on the shore?
No.
Or
This
are
is
they?
a different group of Ironborn.
Yeah.
ORAN looks to the guy with the seaweed in his hair, and he kind of like gives this look like, "What the fuck? Shut up." And he looks to you and he says, "Well, my king has decreed that these lands, that all of this north that's undefended is now ours. And who am I to disobey the order of a king?"
I see. But my friend, you've mistaken these lands for undefended. They even now rouse themselves against you. What do you think you can hold this place forever? How will you have food once I've blockaded the port?
And he actually like wipes a tear from his eye. That's good. That's good. You think
You wish to rouse the whole of the North against you? Are you some kind of mad fool? Oh, by the looks of you, probably. And I'm just gonna basically all I'm doing here is looking for information and stalling and trying to sling insults, thinly veiled back and forth. If you want to continue, we can. But the point is, I want to it's just basically, this is like opening negotiations here, buying some time. I'm trying to see how strong they feel they are. Like, is this guy, does he seem like genuine in his strength? I know he has a strong position. I know he has a decent force. But how much of this is bravado? I mean, how much of the fact that he lost one of his prisoners last night is he showing? That kind of stuff. You want insight?
He lied to us.
Yeah, he did, but like, how convincing is
He's
it?
a
Like, I'm
liar.
trying to gauge this guy. Like, I know he's a liar. So I guess insight, right, Lloyd?
Yes, well, you asked him if he had taken them. If you had asked him, does he still have two? He would have said no, certainly.
I think I worded it like that. I basically asked him if he had two of my knights.
Okay,
Essentially,
then,
that was how.
I misunderstood that. He wouldn't have lied about it.
Oh, okay. So
He would have basically revealed that he had one and that one had gotten away.
Okay. It is. It will be 13 for me determining how truthful he is being through this.
Okay.
Course of action.
He seems definitely an arrogant man, cocky and confident. But you think that confidence comes from like what he feels is certainty of his position. You know, like he has a castle, he has a large amount of men.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and so he'll say, yeah, as you know, one of your men has escaped. I assume he is with you somewhere, maybe recovering, maybe tucking his penis between his legs, is what I assume. Nonetheless, the other one we have. He put up quite a fight. He lost a hand. That is his fault, not mine. We had kept him in a dungeon until you were to arrive. They made an attempt to escape, and so my men subdued him.
Mm-hmm. So I would have proof of his life. And could you not bring him up atop your walls so that I can see him alive?
And you show me proof that you have the money?
How much money? I'll speak.
He'll look to you. Suppose that's a good question. Well, he'd ask for 1,000 for both, seeing that we don't have both. Let's call it 500 gold pieces.
I'll draw into my pocket and pull out 500 gold pieces in a sack. Say I'll pay you 500 gold pieces for the safe return of KOGROM alive quickly. And without treachery, but more than this, you'll also have to pay the iron price and fight me. And at that, I'll look to the priest, hoping that I can tie him in with his own religious binds.
He'll raise an eyebrow. And he
Trial by combat.
looks you up and down. And the priest leans over to him and he says something. Yeah, I know.
I want to... shit. I want to make an argument, but I don't want to do it in character. I just want to do it with a roll. If I can, please. Just persuasion, just to help. Shit.
Nope.
It's 13. Okay.
IGOR is too busy stumbling over the fact that he's a 500 gold.
Yeah, he just jumped.
Where did you get that money?
Like, I brought like fake money and shit, and like he had all the gold. Like, that's why I couldn't bring real money.
No, you know what I was gonna say out of character is you could make some chests with like a shallow, like a board with a shallow line with just some coin across the top to make it look like.
That's what we did. We have that in the camp. We have
perfect.
That here.
He'll say,
But he knows I'm not lying.
yeah, he'll say, that seems fair. Nothing should be earned without paying the price for it. Do you want this to be to the death?
Is there some other form of combat, I'll say?
There are many other forms of combat.
If I have the word of what passes as your priest, that the prisoner will be returned, should the iron price be paid, I'll fight you right here.
And who are you?
Just a
Your
bastard.
life is not worth mine. I'm lord of a house, and you're a bastard.
This is true, Lord. But if you want the gold, you'll have to fight me for it. Surely a
like
feat
thinking-
easy enough for a great slayer of men such as yourself.
He's like thinking and calculating, and you can see him like he's got a quick mind. He's like thinking about it, and his who reveals himself to be his brother, the man with the seaweed in his hair. He says, "You must pay the iron price. You cannot simply take this gold. You have to earn it."
Perfect.
I'll give him a nod of thanks.
He says, "We must do it inside of the sea, on the beach,
I can see the sea from here. I'll say just fine.
on the beach." A driftwood circle.
Swear it, I'll say to all three of them.
The priest with a hesitation, "I swear it by the drowned god." The Huskar as well does the same. And Saltcliffe in the middle. He looks you up and down once again. "I swear it."
Then I so swear.
Very well. I'll get the prisoner. I will meet you here shortly. And we'll make our way down to the beach. Yeah, and without another word, they turn their horses and head back into the castle. It's a little while later, KOGROM, that a bunch of dudes come into the cave that you're in, and they wrench the rope that's tied around your neck and they pull you up onto the rocky ground. And they bind your hands, but they take the rope off your neck.
I only have one hand, Lloyd.
They bind your hands.
How are they going to bind me?
They bind... That's a good question. That's actually a really good question.
Probably at the elbows.
Yeah, it'll have to be at the elbows.
Yeah, I guess it would. Yeah.
So yeah, they'll put a tunic on you, some trousers, some boots. They dunk your head below the water for a second, and like rub your face and shit and your hair, and then they pull you back out so you look clean.
Squeaky clean.
You're going home.
You should have killed me. Says, but he just leave it at that.
Yeah, so they drag you through the castle, and you'll meet Lord Saltcliffe and the priest and the Huskar atop their horses. Lord Saltcliffe, actually not atop his horse, he's like putting on armor, yeah. Then they'll mount up and they'll drag you by the rope. Not drag you, like you'll walk. Not going to drag you on the ground. You can walk, and they'll bring you out to the meeting point.
How much time do we have in between all this stuff?
20 minutes.
Okay, not very much. I'm gonna muster everything I've got.
Muster all your men
All the knights on the Mm-hmm.
in view of the castle.
No. In the woods.
Okay. Yeah, they're right out to the meeting point.
I'm going to give Schaefer my money to hold safe, and if I fall, give her leave to take it all and see to herself and her family. And thank her again for her service. But should I return, I'll expect it, and I have counted every coin. I'll wink. But that'll be the extent of the goodbye to her.
Okay. Here's the prisoner. Let's go to the beach.
Yeah, I'll ride down and I'll leave Slide an appropriate distance away and loose his reins and just have a quiet moment alone with him and then walk down to join the rest of them in the circle.
Yeah. So they've set up a like just pieces of driftwood, a circle about 20-foot diameter. You can hear the lapping of the waves. And Lord Sutcliffe is standing in his plate, stretching. To the death, bastard. Cracks his neck, puts on his helmet. Roll initiative.
So, just so I get an understanding of the lay of the land, like where is this on the beach? Is it like down below the keep?
Yes, it would be. Yeah, so there would be like a steep hill that you could go down one of the cliffs, where it's not like a sheer cliff face, but like a steep hill that leads into like a little cove where you can stand on the beach.
Okay, and then how far back is the woods from all that?
Real far, like more than a mile.
Oh, okay.
It's like 3/4 of a mile from the castle to the woods, and this is like behind the castle.
Okay, so they're like wrapping
really?
around.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck that. We have to go like around the walls of their castle to the other side of it, so we're hemmed in completely by their walls.
Not behind the castle necessarily, but like it's like further from the woods than the castle. Let me see.
We'll all meet them halfway. Is that possible? And bid them come halfway, same as the negotiations.
Yeah, they want to do it on the beach, but
It needs to be on the beach for them for it to matter.
Down where there's flat ground and stuff, I guess. Yeah, they wouldn't be that all the way along. Okay, very well. I'll write down to there.
Like it's far enough from the castle as well that, you know, they're not putting arrows or anything at you either. And they haven't brought many men. They have the 3 and you have the 3. I assume that you would come with them, Lord Weir and LEOFRIC.
Yeah,
I would. I was planning on going.
Okay.
Yeah, so if let me get the fucking map up again, show you guys.
Lionel, you should reveal yourself right as they're about to fight.
Yeah. Now, did they
like,
bring?
I've come to watch you die or something.
Did they bring KOGROM down?
Yes, they did. Yeah, he's still tied to a rope.
Yes, perfect.
So if you see like the woods are on the right hand, or actually probably on your left, like the other side of the castle, behind like the keep and the circular tower, the beach is like down there. Because there's a cliff right where the woods are. So the only place that it like comes down smoothly would be like over that end. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Hey, Lord Weir, with your permission, I would brought a horn with me, and maybe that would be a signal.
Yeah. Is there any way like we could hide some cavalry anywhere close to this, to the mouth of this like hill down thing?
It would be inside of the castle, like inside of the castle.
It'd be inside. Yeah. Okay.
It is the castle, so like the area around it is cleared, you know.
Yeah. Okay.
I thought this was like an overgrown old castle.
It is, but like they deforested the place, you know.
Okay.
A long time ago. Like there is a forest nearby, but it's like still like it's a lot of flat ground.
Yeah. Okay. So I guess we'll move up with like just a guard. We're gonna take a few of our men, enough, you know, like whatever he's taking, we'll have that too.
Right. Well, he's taking the 3 that came out for the meeting, and he's assuming that you're doing the same.
That's it. Okay. Well, all right. I guess that's all we got then.
Okay. Yeah. So you're first, my lord.
Yeah, I'm going to explode into action, quickly moving toward him, drawing my blade. I'm going to feint as I go out to cut in a brutal arc. Yeah, I'd say that will do it.
Yeah, his AC is 21.
21. His AC is 21.
Yeah, plate, shield, and helm.
Okay, so you do have 2 AC for being near me.
Oh, really? Then my AC is 21. Yeah, and I'll action surge and cut into him again.
Okay.
For another... Oh, no, just one shot. I'll use my precision strike on that second one.
Okay.
I'll use my menacing on the first. He has to make a wisdom save.
It's about fear, right? He's got advantage.
Uh-huh. Yeah, he succeeds.
Yeah, he should succeed, I think.
26 plus 8. 34 damage.
Holy moly.
Gotta open bones so I can keep track of what's going on.
So you have a greatsword?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And I'll hew into the brutal arc once, cutting through, and then as I do, I'll like back swing it, trying to get in behind his shield and score another slice.
Yeah. 2 big cuts. And then he will try and bash you with the shield. Where is it? Okay, yeah, he tries to hit you. Oh, it's bad. Yeah, that's not going to hit you. So he misses with the shield, and he's going to swing with the sword twice. And he misses both times.
I would like to do something if I could at the end of the initiative order.
It'll be interfering in the duel.
It's just my words. Can I rally? I mean, that's not the. I don't know what's the ruling on rally.
I don't know what it is.
All it gives him. It's like I say something encouraging, and he gets temporary hit points.
I'll allow it, but then the priest will rally also.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. If you do it, they'll do it.
I'll stay out of it. I'll stay out of it.
Okay, then it's your turn again.
Yeah, same again. I'm going to feint and then try and cut into him with the brutal arc. Holy shit!
Holy shit!
Holy shit!
Oh my god! Wow!
Oh,
The
Jesus!
old gods are with you, Lostler.
Oh my god!
Oh my goodness!
That
Open
20?
up and angels sing his name.
Holy
Lost
shit!
Lord.
Oh my god, that's awesome!
All right.
That's what we were missing in the last session. We're missing Lostler in that fight.
Oh man!
Okay, roll me your damage and a d20.
Oh man!
6 on the D20, which is tasty.
That's eternal
Four,
injury. Yeah.
then 15 plus 6 is 21 plus 4, 25 slashing.
But yeah, you slash into him and you stab deep into his gut. He's got an internal injury.
Holy shit! Was that 2 attacks
That
or
was
1?
double crits.
No, 1 with advantage.
Yeah,
It
one
was
attack.
one attack.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, let's see if he can act. Nope. He stumbles from the wound.
I'm going to try and cut off his head.
Oh shit!
Man,
12
do not
slashing.
Fuck with this guy. Holy shit.
Okay, he is bloodied.
Dude, you need to get some play or something, man. You got some pent up frustrations going on.
Okay, let's see if he can act. Nope, once again.
Oh, God!
Okay, go for it.
Oh Lloyd, you so nasty. It's like
Lloyd,
you're
didn't
big
you know-
bad.
Lloyd, didn't you know Nick has Bones beat?
Nick,
Did you know
yeah.
that?
He has blood dice.
Oh!
Aw.
Yeah. I swing wide this time.
Yeah, overconfident maybe. Okay, let's
I
see
think
if-
more that he sways on his feet unexpectedly, reeling
Yeah,
back
that
as the
makes
blade
sense.
swishes where his nose once was.
that makes sense. He doesn't act.
Oh, shit.
Excellent.
This is like so good. So
This time
fucking
I'm going to
good.
aim for an egg, his leg, like a downward, like diagonal strike, so that if I crit, I can try and cut his leg off. But once again, it's a miss.
Aw.
I'm getting tired because I'm heavily armored,
Yeah.
not on my horse, which is my speciality.
Okay. Okay, he can act. Oh my god, thank fuck for that. So yeah, he's just been like coughing up blood from the internal injury, and as you like miss twice, you give him a bit of breathing room, and he comes up with a brutal swing towards your head with the shield. 21 your AC?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, he misses with the shield, and then he's going to try and stab with his sword once and twice. He misses both times. Jesus Christ. Yep. So he tries to swing and he's unable to do so.
This time I'm going to try and smash down to his weapon hand, like just aiming for the weapon, trying to clatter it into him, trying to exhaust him. Just like 2 knights going at it, but once again I'm too weakened from my like explosive onslaught at the start, and now like, my muscles are reeling, and I wish that I was on a horse.
Okay. He sees if he can act. He does not.
Oh yes, this is the best crit ever. Like, oh my
It
god.
is. Yeah, this time I'm just going to try and drive into his belly so that I can overbalance him and pin it into the sand. But oh my god, my weapon might break. Oh, it
Okay.
doesn't. Fuck.
Yeah.
Oh, my heart was trying to crawl out my throat through sand, man.
Yeah, you bring it up and he just like bang hits the sharp end or the metal end of his shield against your blade. Maybe chips it a little bit. Nothing too dramatic. Let's see if he can act. Nope. He continues just
It's like the fifth threes roll.
unbelievable.
Cut him across the feet, try and like I'm trying to overbalance him at this stage.
Yes!
Yeah.
Back on the money.
Yes.
Really quickly, Lloyd, while this intense battle is going on, is there any chance that I could have made my way over to where KOGROM is?
9 slashing.
Okay. If you tried to get near him, like the Huskar would move in your way.
Oh, okay.
For sure.
And I would just say, LEOFRIC would just say, I just want to check him to make sure he's all there. I do need to get closer than this. This is fine. And I would just make look like I'm looking him over, and that's it.
Yeah, he just eyes you steelily. Okay, another 9 slashing. Okay, now he's going to try and act. My lord.
Oh.
Yes.
God, that was
At least that wasn't a hit. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. All right, now he's going to try and swing his shield. This fucking guy. He's going to try and swing his sword.
Yeah.
Okay. He manages to connect once. Jesus Christ. Unbelievable. Okay.
This is what it feels like, Lloyd.
Oh my god. So bad. This is like my big bad guy. He's just getting
Lucky I'm not a vengeance paladin. He'd be dead by now.
pantsed by dice, man. Okay. So it'll be 8 slashing to you.
Oh, shit.
Okay.
Yeah, he swings with the shield and you duck, and he swings with the sword once and you move to the side, but then with the backhand, cuts across.
I'm going to try and bring my sword down, try and dismember him, that weapon hand. Oh, I didn't mean to roll twice then. 14 plus 5, 19 to hit. Not enough, right?
No. Yeah, blocks it.
Bounces off his shield.
Okay, let's see if he can act. My lord! Swings with the shield. Oh, yeah. Okay. Make a strength save, please. Did you roll a strength saves?
Sorry, I didn't realize I was muted. 16 I got.
Oh yeah, okay. So he swings the shield. You'll take 7 as he like connects with your head, but you manage to just keep your footing. And then he's going to try and stab you with miss and a miss. He's clearly exhausted. He's like breathing heavily. There's blood coming from his mouth, and you can see it like pooling now inside the armor and dripping out. But nonetheless, he's determined to go to the end.
Yeah, once again, I'll just try and overhand swing, try and just clatter through his defenses. But I cannot. Bounces once again off the shield as I too am exhausted.
He's unable to act his turn so barely.
Trying to gut him. Yes. Feel my wrath.
Thank you.
7 slashing.
All right. Act. Nope.
Oh, so tense.
I know, this is great. It's like watching you fight, KOGROM.
I miss. I got a 20.
Okay.
Oh.
Come on, buddy. Nope, he continues to choke.
That's like the 6th 3 he's rolled. That's crazy.
All right, bones is fucking me.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Stab him through the neck. I'm going to drive it in deep and feel it grating off the bone. Down into him for 10 slashing.
All right. He continues to not act.
Lloyd,
Oh,
your
man.
tone, your tone is
Now
so
you know how I felt when there was a second door, Lloyd.
Oh, yeah.
10 piercing. This time I'm going to drive it through into his belly.
10, okay. Yeah, he's barely standing.
Man.
Sometimes the dice bless you in the morning and curse you in the afternoon. He continues to not act.
I will act. Try and finish him off.
Yes.
Oh!
12 slashing.
Cut off his head. No, actually, you stab him through, I think, right through the plate. And he, like, stands on the end of the sword, just, like, looks, like, in shock. Not expecting this at all. He's like... and then just, like, falls off the blade.
I'll go and pick up the sack of gold and hand it to the priest, and I'll walk over with intent to grab the prisoner.
They don't stop you. The priest takes the gold and then rushes over to his brother.
I'll just look to Lord Weir and nod.
Sir LEOFRIC would walk over to the fallen Ironborn. He would lift his helmet off, and he would look down at him. Is it Sir? What is it?
Oran.
Ogren. And he would just look at him. Is he still like he's not quite dead yet?
Yeah, he's
Or-
like,
Yeah.
like basically drowning in blood.
Right. So I would kneel. He would kneel down next to him, kind of like with his helmet tucked under his arm, and he would say, "You, sir, were an honorable man. You kept your word. Go you to your drowned god." And he would just stand and put his helmet back on and walk and rejoin his lord.
Yeah, you would see as he fell, like the sword fell from his grip, and he's just like desperately scrabbling in the sand to grab it, and the priest will like move it.
Yeah, I was gonna
towards
say
him.
maybe I like shove it over a little bit.
Yeah, perfect.
With my foot.
He grabs it and just like pulls it like shakily atop his chest, and then
Fuck yeah.
Damn.
I'm mad at you,
So
Nick,
good.
man. I really like that guy.
Um,
But that was an awesome freaking fight.
his brother is like distraught. You can see tears welling in his eyes. He looks up at you and he says, "All right, you've got the prisoner. I need to send my brother to the drowned god."
I will get aboard. I'll get up. I'll take to my horse, having brought an extra horse for KOGROM C2. I'll look over there to make sure that he's getting on, and I'll address the priest. I'll say, "Yes, tend to your burial rites, priest, and then prepare to leave my land. This isn't settled here, but for today, we've had enough." And
Yeah, he nods, and there's like a deep like gratitude in his face. I appreciate the gesture. And you can see, like, already as you like begin to mount up, he's like dragging the body into the surf.
So I assume the brother leads now?
Yeah, he would be next in charge.
What's his name?
Fiannan.
Fiannan. Are you of the same mindset as your brother before you? Is there no point in negotiating with you? Perhaps you would like to settle the matter through martial means.
I'm not a warrior. The king has given a command and we have to obey.
There are other shores.
That's true. Give me a day to bury my brother, to drink in his honor. We can speak again.
Perhaps. I'll retrieve my sword and mount up.
Yeah, and as we're like moving up and out of this, up the embankment and out of this little cove, I'll take up beside of LOSTLER, and I'll just look over at him and I'll say, "Well done."
Thank you, my lord.
And I'll give you a nod and just pull my horse out and ahead.
Yeah. KOGROM gives a nod as well.
You definitely earn a nod from LEOFRIC.
Nice. So everyone is nodding enthusiastically as you ride up the...
Yeah. Wasn't expecting that, but yeah. Like that kind of nodding.
Gnarly. And you ride back up to the embankment, back towards your camp, as a little bit of thunder rumbles over the ocean. And we see Fiannan drag his brother into the surf, taking off his armor, like ritualistically, and setting him down to the halls of the drowned god. I think that's where we'll end today's session.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
That was awesome.
Nice.
We can work out a payment program, KOGROM.
You'd probably be including me in that payment plan.
I think that went the right way, right, Nick? At the end there, because we had.
We won. We weakened them.
I actually didn't hear your plan. I took off my headphones for the whole thing. So I actually didn't know. And then I thought like I might have shot on it by accident with like the beach thing, and I felt kind of bad, but I actually didn't know about it.
Well, that's what makes it okay, because you didn't know what we were trying to do. It was just the game world that no, like it was actually really rough there, because like all the way up to the end, I was like, I'm watching all this stuff going. I'm like, I think that we're not supposed to murder them still.
We are supposed to murder them
like,
still. That's what the nod
What?
was. That's what my nod to you was, like, now, murder them now.
Were we still supposed to murder them? Oh man, like
I was in
Next
position.
time. Yeah. We could have
I
taken
was
their
going to take
protein,
down the
Lord.
host Carl, and I was going to free KOGROM, throw him a weapon.
see,
Did you murder a priest who's been honorable in his dealings the whole time?
Fuck.
Well, that's
Fuck
see,
yeah,
like,
that would have been the hard
definitely
part.
would.
Yeah, I think
Well,
Lost
I
would,
was-
but I don't know about the rest of you.
I was totally waiting for
Lost
LOSTLER to do it, but yeah, it would have been hard for
No.
me. But
no, like, because stoically honorable was like my platform for this guy. So
fair enough.
like if it was a military operation, like if we were like swooping in and if we had the cavalry there, but just us like deciding to turn, like just the three of us or four of us at that point, and murder this man in this one Huskarl, I couldn't. And then I was watching, like I was kind of watching, because I forgot to tell LEOFRIC that the plan was off. Like I had changed my mind, but I forgot to tell him, because the last thing he saw on Facebook was as soon as we were done.
I forgot.
And I'm like,
Oh, wait, shit.
and I'm sitting here going, is he about to stab the guy through the neck after I just said take care of your brother? Because like,
if LOSTLER would have gotten hit one more time, then the sword would have been out and attempted to drive it into that Huskarl for sure.
Honest dogs.
yeah. No,
I think
that
it was so
wasn't
highly
it.
ritualistic, right? There was so much ritual involved in that duel that I think
Yes,
it made sense for you guys to honor it to some degree. Like
I
they were
just
doing
like
their
that.
best to honor all the things that they had said, and they had done so. So
Again, that's what just really enamored me to that guy is, and even his brother, is that they were honorable. I mean, I find it funny that Jailer said he was a twisted snake. Yeah, he kind of likes to make money, but he's Ironborn. That's what they do.
He is, but he was like forced into that situation by the priest of the drowned god right next to him. You know,
Yeah, price thing.
Yeah,
exactly. He was forced into it.
I bet he regretted bringing his brother along with him for the negotiation. I'm sure. He's like, "Fuck."
Yeah, it was perfect.
Yeah, it was great.
Oh my gosh, that was a great
It was
fight.
a real nice use of like the world as an advantage. You know,
Yep.
Great.
So much
have
tension
to roll.
tonight.
Yeah.
Fighting fingernails all night long, man. It's good when
That
a
was
game
intense.
Yeah. Oof.
I did not think this session would end with like us on a hill together.
No.
Neither did I.
Like
that dude was no fucking joke, man. Like if you hadn't gotten that
I
crit
can
on him,
tell. I can
he
tell
would
by how long he lasted.
fuck you up. Like he was like my end boss almost, like for this arc, you know. And now he's dead.
oh, but that means he must be worth a lot of experience.
Oh, you'll get to know today.
Leveling up to level 4. Awesome.
Yeah.
No, we were level 4 at the end of last session.
Yeah.
You were?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait a second. Oh my
God
gosh.
damn it, boys!
We were level 4?
Yeah.
I played this whole session level 3. Oops.
That's the only reason I didn't die inside the castle.
Someone said, I just have to remember we're level 3, and I was like, okay, that's fine.
I think that was a joke to the time when we were level 3 and you pumped
And
us.
you thought we were level
We
5.
were level 5.
So are we level 5 now then?
We're 4 right now.
It's 4.
We started the session at 4.
So you're level 5.
Level 5. Okay, nice.
Oh yeah.
Man, I better write that down because I'll forget.
I was
better
level
write that
3.
down.
I was level 3 that session too. I didn't have to swing any swords, so it was okay.
So just to answer your question, Nicholas Apple, you missed most of the last session because you're taking care of your cat, but I didn't. I actually expected LOSTLER to at some point totally just. When you walked up to the brother, I was just waiting for you to freaking try to like take his head off. I was like, "Oh my gosh, please don't do that! Please don't do that! Not after like everything."
No, this guy can't. Like, so LOSTLER now has to operate. little. What is that? Discreetly. He's gonna have to operate discreetly. When
I think that's why he took advantage of when you were in recuperating.
Oh yeah.
He took full advantage of that.
Yeah.
I'm just going to end the broadcast here, gents.
Oh yeah.